What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit the notification bell. With that being said, let's get this show on the road, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, tapping in. Had a nice couple of love views yesterday. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Oh, yeah, if you'd like to support the channel, Cash App in the description. If you'd like to follow me on any other platforms, everything is at the top of my YouTube channel. So that being said, let's get this thing cracking. I know we always start out with a little bit of music. So. Oh no, y'all. A technical difficulty. I don't know. We got. I don't know what we got going on with that, but we're gonna go to. We need to go to some more music because that's not cutting it tonight. So spam the chat where y'all from and all that, man. Let me know what's up, man. Let me know. Tell me where you're coming from. City, state, Providence, country. Let me know.
Oh my God.
It said Whiteling. Flynn Whiteling. What's up? Get me out into the nighttime. Four walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I say, why? Well, my day been pretty good. I don't know where you at, but it's morning time here. It just hit morning though. Ronaldo or Messi. I couldn't answer that question because I don't watch soccer. I don't know. I heard of Messi, I heard of Ronaldo, but I don't even know what they look like. Australia. What's up, Australia in the house? I got a question for you, Kobe. Kobe or LeBron? Who's better, Kobe or LeBron? America. I'm on Eastern time though. Now I'll touch your shoulder. I'm turning off the Texas, what's up? We got Texas in the house. Philip, Philip, 6842. Philip, salute, Philip. All right, y'all. We're going on to one more, and then we're about to get into some news and see what's going on with the news. Get this damn thing down here. That's Spanky Booze.
Watch this.
Like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Whoa, I'd like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause
Everything is never as it seems. One more time. Everybody get into this news, y'all. We're gonna rock out with Shot It one more time. Everybody get into the news.
I like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Whoa, I like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake
When I ain't asleep,
'cause
everything is never as it seems. Yeah, me and her gotta do a duet now. We gotta do like what's the name of that shit? Oh, play another slow jam. We gotta do that. I gotta link up with y'all. But yeah, anyway, man. Let's see what's going on in this wacky world of YouTube. I'm sure the Jay-Z shit now. Gilly responds to NBA YoungBoy threatening him and dissing deceased. Oh snap. Okay, hey, check this out, y'all. We about to check out Chick Smooth little update. I don't know, young boy been crashing out. He been crashing out, I guess, since Saturday. He went off on Future. I guess he listened to the new album. I haven't heard one song off the album. No lie. And I'm in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta for the last 26 years. I fuck with Future, but hey,
Boys, I'm gonna do it. $50, USA, over 2.5 goals. If you hit, we win
oh hey, what's up?
$50.
Weaver, what up? Weaver always coming in. What's up?
That's why, as a media producer,
YouTube, chicks. Get ready.
Fine, you know what? I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
oh boy, here we go, you guys. Sometimes a lot of these rappers can be very weird. One day you guys are hanging out, super cool, doing interviews, talking, chatting, having a good old time. The next day they get on the record, dissing your son that passed away, and also threatening to kill you. That's why, as a media personality, you gotta know how to work with these rappers. These rappers are not your friends. It's a business relationship. A lot of these rappers will only use you and your platform when it's convenient for them. Now, these days, NBA YoungBoy has been very active on social media. Last week, right before Future dropped his album, the man came out trying to step on his rollouts. Then he started going at it with Doughboy.
Man, I'm in South Korea by myself. I've been waiting through this shit my whole life, little boy.
Why little boy? I said, what are you watching? Chick Smooth, little boy. Talking about goddamn young boy.
Come on, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'll meet you at the studio anyway.
And he got a video where he's saying, I am very shy. Hey, boy, that shit's so funny, bro. Like, these guys. These guys.
Beat the out you. As on my daughters, hey, I beat the piss out you. You a little boy. I remember you was a hoe and you known to cry. Say, I ain't get serving no one, man. I don't smoke cigarettes, you bitch ass. I ain't pop a pill going on, man. I ain't smoke a cigarette. And man, stop all that pussy ass drug this and egg that. Bring your gangsta ass up. Anyone on it, and watch what I do you.
Now, keep in mind,
So what's it? Bring your gas ass. Bring your gas ass up. Bring your ass ass. This is how I beat you, little boy. Little boy. I'm like, that nigga crashing out. Goddamn.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
He young though, but I still don't give him no passes. But he young though, but.
Breaks from social media. The man gets on his Instagram, talks shit to some rappers, diss certain people, then gets off for like 5 months. Well, today, YoungBoy dropped a record called The Goldings. In that record, he's dissing a bunch of people. And one person he dissed on that record was Gilly. YoungBoy said the absolute wildest thing to Gilly. He said, I thought about killing you, but you haven't killed anything about your son. Now, first off, why would you even threaten something like this on the record? Especially somebody that's not even an active rapper anymore. Secondly, NBA YoungBoy did an interview. YoungBoy and his team did not want Gilly to put out that interview. YoungBoy was on drugs. If you go watch the interview, it's very, very obvious. However, during the interview, Gilly was very, very open with NBA YoungBoy about losing his son.
How you feel about life today? I feel about life today, just to be honest with you, bro. It's difficult. You know, I just lost my son. So, yeah, you know, I appreciate that.
See, that's how you know NBA young boy is really on drugs real bad because he went on this interview, doped up, did the shit with him, and you come out after this talking shit about the man dead son, bro. Like you tripping, dog.
He's right, you know.
Yeah, you tripping, bit, dog.
Struggle every day. You know, when I wake up, that's the first thing I think about. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also know that I gotta be strong for my family.
So now we fast forward 2 years later, the same guy
Oh,
that
what
was
is that on
being
his
very
head,
open and
bro?
transparent with you about losing. However, during
on.
the interview, Gilly was very, very open with NBA YoungBoy about losing his son.
How you feel about life
What's
today?
up, William
How I
Harris?
feel about life today, just to be honest with you, bro. It's difficult. You know, I just lost my son. So, yeah, you know, I appreciate that. I struggle every day. You know, when I wake up, that's the first thing I think about. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also know that I gotta be strong for my family.
So now we fast forward.
See, but, bruh, that's the thing, bro. Y'all gotta leave people deceased folks up out there. But I know this the new age, the little young kids, that's what they do. They disrespect the dead. They, you know, opt this, opt that, goofy shit. So a bunch of bullshit. Goddamn.
Bullshit. The bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
2 years later, the same guy that was being very open and transparent with you about losing his son, that's the guy you're choosing to diss. Now, Gilly was not backing down. He went on Instagram to respond back to YoungBoy. He said, yo, them drugs is kicking his ass. Then Gilly got on live to address it.
I don't respond to shit with violence. Fuck it, you suck it, go get your gun. You hear me? I'm not. Neff, let me just tell you something, okay?
What's up, though?
I'm an old school nigga, man. Alright?
Uh-huh.
We don't say what we was gonna do on the internet and all that type of shit. That's kid shit.
Yeah, we old school, bro. We been past that shit, bro. Like that's how 90% of the rappers that's locked up right now, that's how they got locked up, bro. I say 90%.
You know what I mean? Like if you was gonna do
Look
something,
at
you
King Von.
don't
Stupid.
feel so. But don't. So Neff, that's rap music, man. You know,
Yeah, that's like
rappers make rap music. Rappers make rap
Rap music. Drill artists make drill music talking about unaliving people and shit.
music, man. That's all it is. Ain't nothing, man. I don't feel no type of way. You can't make me feel some way
Gotta get some
mentioning my
episodes.
son. I don't
know, bro. Been in the trenches, man. Goddamn, trying to get it, bro. Like, you gotta stay on here. You gotta stay on here to get views and shit. So that's why I come on here all the time. Well, sometimes I don't be feeling like doing this shit, but I do it because I'm trying to get to a certain point where I can, you know what I'm saying, solidify myself. I don't need streaming university. I'm putting myself through school on this internet shit. So it is what it is. Apparently, I'm doing pretty decent.
I already come to grips with what happened, bro. That don't. You think you going? That don't make sense, bro. I already came to grips.
That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, you somewhere on the rocks and shit.
I'm not threatened.
Yep. You gotta laugh at this shit, doesn't it?
Bro. He younger than my youngest child, man.
Everything feels artificial lately. So we built something human.
Yeah, my goal is to get the gaming computer, so like when I'm watching this shit, y'all can watch it with me and all that different type shit right there. So that's my goal, next goal. But until then, we just gonna have to rock with the setup.
Sometimes you take too much of that shit, man. You know what I mean? You come down off that shit and be alright.
Now, first off, props to Gilly for having the strength not to crash out.
Yeah, I mean, him not crashing out is a good thing, cause yeah, young boy, he gonna keep pushing buttons, so he gonna push the wrong one, and it's gonna blow up in his face. I'm telling you, bro.
Absolutely can't imagine losing your son, and you got rappers still mentioning his name when he has absolutely nothing to do with him. And that's not even considering the fact that young boy literally said he has thoughts about killing you, getting you up out of here, unaliving you. What are we doing, man? What the fuck is going on out here? Now, yesterday,
And the fact that he didn't want Gilly to put out the $1 million worth of game interview. That's some dumb shit. Like, bro, you went on that doped up. Ain't nobody tell you to get doped up and then go do an interview, bro. You made yourself look bad. Gilly just put the shit out there. Like,
Gilly put out.
they ain't got time to be waiting for you to sober up to do the interview, bro. You there, sit your ass down, we doing the interview. But you gotta come prepared. It's like the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents a poor performance, man. They say you only have 2 subs. Hey, just
This video on this Instagram.
keep doing it, bro. Like, you gotta put yourself out there on the internet, man. You gotta try to do lives and shit, bro. Do lives, do shorts, shit like that. It'll go up.
Had people think
I used to have 2 subs at one time.
he was dissing NBA YoungBoy.
Out there, right? They get them big ass chiclets in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Once you get your chiclets done, right, that's cool, right? But you can't be talking down on nobody else that got real teeth. Motherfucker said, OG, your teeth a little yellow. These mines for 49, damn near 50 years. The fuck are you talking about? The white fucking bubblegum chiclets that's in your fucking mouth ain't yours. The fuck? Matter of fact, how you get these girls? At 26, what the fuck was wrong with your teeth that you had to get some chiclets at 26? Everybody run around with the
Bro said some chiclets, not chiclets, bro. That's crazy, boy. Hey, these guys on the internet, boy.
Damn!
like two seen with their teeth done right. The rest of you got big ass chiclets. And chiclets want to try to talk demos with real teeth, real joints, real puppies. I worry about one of you take a bite of a rough steak, you gotta worry about one of them chiclets popping the fuck out.
If anyone out there has ever wished that payday came sooner, don't you guys worry, I got the right solution for you.
I mean, I check out Chill Smooth, the channel. Oh yeah, we gotta do this one. The 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Hey, y'all, we about to do this hip hop Buddha video. That Lil Durk beat Rico, but there's a catch. Let's see what happened. I'm about Lil Durk, y'all. Talking about because I heard about this earlier, but I didn't watch the whole. I was listening to settings.
The monitor, a window to another world, a viewpoint.
But now Buddha talking about this, so we about to.
Yo, we back. Now, Lil Durk, I got some good news for you, and I got some bad news for you. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna start with the good news first. So the judge has granted Lil Durk's request to have the racketeering charges removed from his upcoming trial. The August 20 trial date for the original charges will proceed. And that's about as good as it gets. I ain't gonna lie
That's
to you.
it.
I ain't gonna.
That's it. I thought he said he had good news. Oh, that's fucked up.
lie to you. That's
That's
good, but that's it. I'm done with the
We
good
going
news
to
right there.
jail,
Son. We got a lot to go over, and this
Man,
is
come
looking
on,
horrible. Than people trying to publish and make it seem like he's in a better position.
Bruh, he's not in a, bruh, he in jail, bruh. The man can't even get bond, dog. Bruh, the man got millions of dollars and can't even bond out, bro. Come on, bro. You got a fine ass wife at home that you in a jail cell. Like, that's some
He tell you,
shit, bro.
no, he is not. Because for one, OTL Vonnie took your money and King Von money and married a bop.
Bop it.
And married a bop. So OTL Vonnie will be testifying against you, and he planned on coming home. He took you a Von money.
Man,
Got
the little
married
chick
to
kind of
Bop.
pretty too, though. Vonnie was like, shit, I gotta go home to my gal, my nigga. I need my gal. That nigga said, I'm telling you. I'm out here, motherfucker. I'm going to tell, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
And he's the main person that's telling y'all when it pertains to the Quando Rondo, Lil Pop, California case situation, right? Now, shout out to
So
man.
Dirk biggest mistake. This Dirk biggest mistake. Going after Quando Rondo. I'm not from Atlanta, but I've been here a long time, and I know exactly where King Von lost his life at. But to be honest with you, bro, Lil Pop, he shot toward them, but he didn't. He wasn't the one that killed King Von, because you gotta think about it. Lil Tim is still out. I meant to say Lil Tim. Lil Tim is still out. They dropped all the charges on Lil Tim for King Von murder. So, like, y'all gotta think about it. He went to jail and they dropped the charges and let him out. So the police killed King Von. So for Dirk going after, Quando Rondo, that shit was overkill, bro. Like, for real. That shit was
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
Man.
Cause she was there at the courtroom. Y'all know the federal stuff don't be recorded, so we gotta get somebody that was at the courtroom to tell us what happened. And we found out a lot today. But let me say this. The case involving Stephon Mack, the judge is saying he don't know if he's gonna allow that tonight. But he also said, because he was mad at the feds because he felt like they brought it up too late or whatever. But from what I'm hearing, even if he decides not to allow it and accept it, they're gonna file it as a separate case.
So that mean even if he beat this, damn. So you just fucked all the way, bro. You fucked all the way around. God damn, King Von. I mean, Dirk.
They gonna file it as a charge by itself, which will give Dirk another, you know what I'm saying? Another case, another trial, and then he gotta go beat that on his own. Is what I'm hearing.
So this is not good news for Dirk, bro. This is some shit that really is gonna, yeah, he dead. He dead in the water, bro. That ain't gangster, kids. That shit ain't gangster. That shit ain't boo, my nigga.
But we'll see. But let's get into it. So, Mel said just got to the federal building for Dirk Henry, and Brian Steele is here as well. This is the first in-person hearing Steele has attended since joining the team. Judge articulated that the filing of the third indictment this close to trial is unfair to the defendants, and he questioned if the Chicago incident is so intertwined to the case why the government didn't press him on it months ago when it was first brought up. Now, let me find out the judge one of them undo a lie. You know what I'm saying? Let me find out he under the undo a lie.
That boy say he under the Amdu Allah Act.
Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. Amen.
Because according to what he's saying,
that shit sounded good though.
y'all shouldn't even try to add that, knowing this was going on. It's unfair. I don't want nothing to do with it. So the judge really don't even want nothing to do with it. So he say gonna overlook and see, but more than likely he ain't gonna allow it. Then, Mel say, at one point, judge told the government, you have to give me a good reason to why I should serve these counts, and I am inviting you to do so. A few minutes later, judge said, please try again and tell me correctly why I should not sever these accounts. Lord, drop a Buddha bomb. The judge not playing with the Fed. Judge ain't playing with the Fed. It like he under the Undo a Lie Act. The judge ain't on their side at all. So look, then man say, the judge say, y'all had months, over a year to argue what you need to prove this case. You chose to exercise strategy and blatantly decide to bring this indictment till it was too late. So then she say, the government is relying on established case law that the defendant / trial should not be severed unless there is a clear prejudice against the defendant. Judge made interesting remarks about that case law being about defendants versus being severed. He asked if there's anything to support why counts shouldn't be severed. The government position, the case.
So I guess when they talk about severance, I mean, they're gonna have to, like he says, it's separate charges. They're gonna have to judge everything differently. So it's gonna be this case, you're gonna have to beat this. Even if you do beat it, you still gotta try to beat the next case. So that shit is kind of like, I don't know, it ain't looking good for him, I tell you that much.
Law applies to both. So basically, feds them saying, hey, we got him by law. And the judge say, no, y'all gotta tell me something that ain't going against the law or what I'm telling y'all. And they say, we don't know what to say. Yeah, the judge ain't playing with him. So then she said, when Christy O'Connor got up to give an argument on Dirk's behalf, she basically said, Your Honor, you said it all. I have no much to add. Okay, so Lil Durk lawyers is in here cooking. She said, I ain't got nothing to add, Your Honor. You done said it all. They are requesting that the August 20 date remain on the calendar for counsel.
So August 20, shit, we got, what's the day? The day the 15th? You got a little more than 30-some days to get that shit together.
And another trial.
But I wonder how they're gonna do it. Like, is the other case a state case in Chicago? So, like, if he beat whatever he beat in LA, will they have to fly him back to Chicago and he go to jail there to fight that case, the Stephen Mack case, the Mack case?
For the added account. Now, see, that's where the problem at. That's where the problem at right there. See what I'm saying? So that ain't saying they gonna go to trial for counts 2 through 4 But if anything else, it gotta be set for another date, which is a whole nother trial, a whole nother, more payments for the lawyers, more stuff to deal with. But it's gonna be separate from this, if the judge allows it. And that's not good, bro. Cause if you get slammed in this case, and then you get another case that you get slammed in, and you don't want to be facing like 2 times.
Dang, you be facing life twice.
Cause you imagine getting handed life in.
Man, can you imagine winning a Grammy and 8 months later, you in fucking prison, nigga? That's a fail, bro. That's a super fail right there.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
In 2 cases? Oh no, but that ain't looking too good, Smirk. I don't know about that one. It seems like, we gotta throw the other thing out, period. What you mean another date? Like, I ain't trying to do all that. No. Cause that means he don't even get to get out. He don't even get to come home. No matter what happened in the other case, he still got.
So Buddha basically just explained what the question I asked was, if he beat this case or whatever, he don't go home. He got to go back to Chicago for another trial.
Fight another Fed case. Oh, no.
Oh, damn. Then that's the feds in Chicago. Wow.
We ain't doing that. So the ML said, well, that was a very intense hearing. Judge Fitzgerald was expressly not happy with the filing of the 3rd indictment. He plans to issue a ruling by EOD on if counts 1 and 6 would be severed based on how the hearing went. Now right here, she got Drew Finland speaking to the reporters. We'll check that out later. But right here, it's a no surprise. The judge has granted Dirk's request to sever counts 1 and 6. The August 20th trial date for the original charges will proceed with Banks, Houston, Wilson, and Lindsay as co-defendants. Now, wait.
He got co-defendants, so it's like him and 2 other people together are going to be charged at one time. So that could be messed up. That really could mess it up, dog. Somebody said David Bannon. What's up? Where you coming in from, man? Where you coming in from, big dog?
Hold on. This is only Banks, Houston, Wilson, and Lindsay, but it's a problem. And hold on, this is the problem.
Baton Rouge, what's up? We got Baton Rouge in the house.
Banks.
Yeah, bro, we just got to talking about that. Your boy, what's that boy? NBA young boy. Goddamn, I fuck with what's the name of them? TPG. What's his name? The G Money, the real G. Boy, that's that. He was that nigga. I'll say that. I fuck with that boy.
Houston wins.
The real G Money.
Wilson and Lindsay is co-defendant, right? Asa Houston was severed a few weeks ago. Banks, Wilson, and Lindsay will be tried together on August 20th. So, where's Mr. Houston?
What y'all got going out there in Baton Rouge, man? What's popping out there, man? You staying safe out there?
Where Mr. Houston at? Houston, we have a problem. Cause where Mr. Houston at? He under the Vonnie Act too? Where you at? I know they said he had to get a lawyer or ain't had money for a lawyer or something, but you can't let them go on trial and not go to trial. You can't do that. So I don't know, man. Something going on with Mr. Houston. They gotta elaborate more. They gonna have to explain that further. But now Mr. Houston ain't being mentioned with them.
So that means he might be telling. See, when they take people's name out of the paperwork, they flip and they become an informant. And once they become an informant, it helps them in the case, so they get less time and shit like that. That's how that shit work.
So yeah, he got out of that. And I mean, it is what it is. But like I say, man, at the end of the day, it's still not looking good for Dirk.
Yeah,
the
but
fans
that boy dead in the water out here, boy. That boy. I feel bad for Dirk, though. I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad for him because he's young. He was able to beat the odds of Chicago, get a lot of money, and that's why I respect Chief Keef so much, because Chief Keef blew up and got the fuck out of Dodge, bro. That man ain't. I think he been back to the Chi a couple times, but that man ain't going back to Chi-Town, boy.
He's fighting now.
Try to file those other charges, even if the judge don't want him to apply because of this case. They trying to make it a whole separate thing that he'll have to deal with on his own, which is still crazy because you can still end up being found guilty over that too.
Damn. You
Send one of them
two
lives
life
up for Dirt, man. Y'all getting
I'm talking about put an lie up for this man, but like.
Rahim, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Irrahman Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladhin, an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim wala dhalin. Amen. Bismillah.
Alright, y'all. So check this out. Oh yeah, this might be a good one, but we just got through listening to Hip Hop Buddha. Y'all go check his channel out. Y'all go support him. We about to check out Poetic Flacco and something about Memphis Bleak, and some shit went left on the Breakfast Club. So we about to check out Poetic Flacco breakdown on this. Right here.
Memphis Bleak went crazy on Tony Yayo earlier today on the Breakfast Club. He was really pissed and upset and angry at Tony Yayo over comments that Tony Yayo made on the Gilead Wallow podcast, where Tony Yayo compared Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z's relationship to his relationship with 50 Cent.
See, I wouldn't have made it to G-Unit. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'd have been like, listen, Fit, you my homie, but we different types of homies. Like, you know, you come over my mom's crib, you need something to eat or something like that, but we ain't got to be together every day. We ain't got to be together no more, man. I'm saying I don't care.
You wasn't getting the call and
you know,
you wasn't trying to get in the call. Which
We're friends, bro. You know me, dudes run away.
A lot because it worked. Because they stayed with it in the hood, right?
Yeah.
So when I came out of jail, what did 50 do? Yo, get him an apartment in Battery Park. I ain't sell a record to do nothing yet.
Battery Park.
That's right there by the Statue of Liberty.
You was living 50 lazy up.
I'm coming out the building and be like, yo, I got too much beef cream only. Move him to Battery Park. He can't go back to his mom's crib. They gonna kill him over there. Straight to Battery Park.
Damn.
That it's a difference. Like Jay-Z never really like. I remember Bleak you would say is his friend, but it was different for us. I think me and 50 was more friends than.
When Yayo describes Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z's relationship as a business relationship, that will be a setup to where Yayo will go in to explain that Jay-Z has a reputation of around him. Now, I do think that Yayo and 50 Cent are homies, like they're close friends.
Yeah, them niggas put his life on the line. Boys, them niggas, that's gonna be his man's for life, bro.
For 50, because Yayo is just like a really, really, really loyal dude. And according to Yayo, 50 Cent rewarded that loyalty with also being a really, really, really loyal dude. Now with Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z, I always thought it was like big bro, little bro. mentor mentee, like that's the little bro. I love him to death, but we're not really peers. We're not really in the same rooms together. You're still a little bro, right? Like I got my friends, you're my little bro. I love you. But with Yayo and 50, they're the same age. They're like they're peers, right? They're homies, they're friends. So I feel like that's the difference between the relationship. Now it's unclear what Jay-Z has done for Memphis Bleek because he really doesn't. Like he will give Jay-Z his props, but we really don't know in intimate details what Jay-Z has done for Memphis Bleek, opposed to Yayo, where Yayo is on Vlad TV every week telling us, right, how many smoked ducks 50 Cent had him eating this week.
Why you gonna do that?
I'm gonna get y'all to say,
I'm just saying.
You gotta do that. Bleak doing good. Don't do
I'm
that.
not saying he not. Go get him.
I'm not.
Versus.
Bleak pockets all over the motherfucker.
It's my bad.
I'm just saying.
I can't see my bad, but like,
I'm just saying. Nah, it ain't like that.
Yayo chop. Drag you down the street.
They don't always find somebody to get off.
Skin off his body. It just ain't like
No, I'm not saying that it's friends, but I'm saying when you look at me and Fifth, like, all right, cool. Jay and Bleak did they sell drugs like in the same area? Like, was they around? I don't know if they really.
Yeah.
I seen, like, I was on the block with it.
But you can't use that as.
No, listen, what I'm saying is, it was more, I feel like, I could compare it to Jay, to say, Jay and Bleak. But I'm saying to you, I feel like me and Fifth had more of a friendship because Jay-Z was more business. Like, look at Murder. He didn't make no money with Jay-Z. Once he got down with 50, he made some bread.
Murder was with Jay. They know you was with Hov.
Yeah, Jay's cool, but
I made a little. But you definitely don't compare no Jay-Z.
I didn't know Cam. I mean not Cameron. I didn't know that Mace was with Jay-Z for a little while. I thought he went to 50 after Bad Boy.
You ain't got no change. You wasn't
Jay is more of a Jay. See, that was the thing about Fifth. Fifth was a cool ass. Like, he didn't treat me and Jay he didn't treat us like artists, but he treated us like friends.
I understand what Yayo is saying. Like, I really do. Now, before Memphis Bleak responded back on the Breakfast Club earlier today, like, people on social media had tried to twist Yayo words in the past, claiming, oh, man, another man taking care of you. I don't see it as that. I see it as Yayo and others putting their life on the line for 50 Cent, holding down 50 Cent in his darkest times, right? When the entire world wanted to kill 50 Cent. When ghouls in New York wanted to murder 50 Cent, Yayo and them was putting their life on the line, making sure 50 is straight, and that meant their life going.
That's some take care of them. That's if somebody put their life on the line for me, I gotta look out for them.
And some of them ain't make it.
That's just me, folks. I don't know about anybody.
When someone like Yayo is giving you that loyalty to where, he would put his life on he would give you his life. He would take away his life from his children to make sure you straight. When Yayo's giving you that type of loyalty, bro, you gotta take care of it. So, it should be a badge of honor. Like, it should be a badge of honor to say, listen, bro, all my dudes, they straight. Don't gotta work. I got them. Right? But people kind of like took that language and kind of tried to make it seem like he was leeching, but I don't think he was leeching, bro. Right? Like, I think Yayo and Murder got their own thing going on outside of 50. They got their podcast going on, among other things. But, he's prideful. Bro, I got a loyal homie. My loyal homie.
I mean, that's how you do, bro. Somebody loyal to you, take care of them. That's just like if you find a female that's just loyal, like, to the bone, shit. Take care of her, bro. Do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Treat them right.
It's 50 Cent. He takes care of us. He got us eating good. Now, when Memphis Bleak went on the Breakfast Club and was asked about this, he essentially went off on Tony Yayo, called him a leech.
Let's see what this clown got to say, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like he about to crash out. Here we go. This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
Called him all type of names. This was not like passive aggressive. This was not by no means indirect. This was a direct call for war. Because the way Memphis Bleak was talking about, because even Yayo in this clip was trying to kind of be cordial, like, nah, man, I'm not saying it like that. But when Memphis Bleak came in at Breakfast Club, it was no missing words, bro. It was straight war.
When Yayo was up here, Yayo's thing had, what does he say?
Jay-Z don't help nobody?
Jay-Z don't help nobody.
Yo, say 401k records.
Before we get into Memphis' response, we got to also rewind and show you guys exactly what Yayo said when he went on the Breakfast Club. So, mind you, Memphis Bleak listened to Yayo say this on Gilly and Wallow. And then Yayo came to the Breakfast Club and said more about Jay-Z. Now, here's what Yayo had to say about Jay-Z on the Breakfast Club. And this is what Memphis Bleak responded to as well.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I think like being down with like other rappers. I think sometimes it'd be like, yo, how would it be to be around Kanye, to be down with him, or maybe how would it be around Jay-Z, because he was around Jay-Z and everything. And then you around 50, and you like in the best hotels, Amani Hotel. Yeah, we in the Four Seasons. Murder ain't never been in no like that.
That man said that man ain't never been. He ain't never been. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. It is a difference between. It is a difference between. I'm not gonna front. It is a difference. It's a difference.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. You see, other dudes is what I be saying about the local. To be local, bodega, chill, try to. We can do that once in a while.
He like a sport.
Got no guns. We in Morocco. We Milan. We with Leonardo. He just bought Supreme. We with we with Tillman. This guy owns like 200-300.
Indian Rockets. He owns 800 restaurants.
Indian buttocks.
The interesting thing about Memphis Bleak response to that, he don't necessarily offer up a strong, I guess, denial. He essentially says, this is not 401k records. This is not Jay-Z's job to take care of grown men. So he doesn't deny that 50 Cent take care of his dudes better. He's just saying that it's not Jay-Z's job, which is not. It's not really a strong denial. If I'm Jay-Z, I would expect a stronger denial from Memphis Bleak, especially considering how much I've done for Memphis Bleak.
It's called hold it down, homie. Drop some heat. Ain't paying your bills, cuz. That's what it is. They compete. That's why they talk like that. If 50 said 1 year, these be in a shelter, they shouldn't be allowed to.
This nigga said it should be in the shelter.
To talk about us or anybody when you literally are a dependent.
Damn.
Like, that's insane to me, man. Like, never wear their jewelry without their balls. Show me a picture of Yayo walking around with his chain, the passport chain, without 50 Cent in it. I gotta see it.
Damn.
But you take a kid.
Bruh, so he ain't even got it on the chain, my nigga. That's crazy.
We take care of ourselves.
I think I heard Yale say that you and which is crazy. You say you and Jay's friendship is just was more business. I've never seen it.
Well, him and 50 friendship is just financial.
So I did decide to drop out of the World Cup playing for Team USA. For those wondering why, they just weren't paying me if I had enough bag.
Man, stop lying, bro.
Yeah, 40. Yo, 48 going back and forth with you sounds crazy.
Yo, but I'm just saying, it's like, yo, what you want me to be? Jay, look out for me. I drop bombs. We got a new song out right now, right? No More, produced by Cool and Dre, Moving. When the last Yayo record?
I don't know.
He's a dependent. Of course, he viewed life through. Look out for me. Never looked at.
So is he trying to say that he's vicariously living through 50 Cent? I don't know.
Come on, Jay raised bosses, man. He don't raise dependents. We all bosses, business owners. No, I got a bar in the restaurant in Vegas. Tell him pull up and come eat. Everything free on me.
He liked the job when we eat. When he was here, he said they go to
We got all that flat ass cargo, all that. The bill is covered. We feed people on this side too.
The bill is covered.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's covered.
He said Jay-Z doesn't support Myth Bleak the way 50 Cent looks out for him. That was the.
But how? Yeah. Where's his record? Where's his businesses? Where's his house? Do he even have a house? Wait, let me ask you a question.
He does.
Do this for children?
I also want to point out Memphis Bleak and probably both have completely different relationships and perspectives with 50 and Jay-Z that they respectively have with others, right? I think the greatest tale will probably be Uncle Murder. Like the capacity in which Uncle Murder deals with 50 is the capacity that Uncle Murder dealt with Jay-Z. And when dealing with them on similar levels, you now get to tell us who you benefited from the most. And from Uncle Murder's perspective, he benefits the most from 50 Cent. Like, right? He benefited the most from 50 Cent, even though I guess he was signed to Jay-Z a little longer, but right now he's under 50 Cent's stewardship and he's benefiting more and making more money from his perspective than he was when he was working for Jay-Z. Now, there's a lot of, again, man, there's a lot of artists who got their complaints that Jay-Z did them dirty, the business really wasn't on the up and up. But I haven't really heard those accusations with 50, to be honest, right? So that right there, I guess, is one strikes in 50 Cent's favor. Now, Memphis Bleak would also go on to claim, now this is where it got a little bit.
Hey, where you coming from, Chilo?
Too personal. You know, I didn't like this. Once kids get brought up, I think it's too personal. But Memphis Bleak went.
Yeah, like, to be honest with you, bro, like, beefing is corny in itself. But to be honest with you, like, you should wanna, stay out of beefs, man. Like, it's a book called The 33 Strategies of War, and y'all need to read that book, man. It'll tell you about getting in this shit and the consequences. And
one that said that Tony Yayo and others are 50 years old. So bragging about a grown man taking care of you is wrong. And he even brought up Tony Yayo kids and family, which I don't know. Whatever kids get in the middle of these things, bro, like, I don't like it. I think it's hella personal. And people can take this really personally. Because right now, this is just a disagreement over who can flex more. But once you bring kids into it, it takes on just like a whole different type of conversation. And I don't like it.
I don't know. Because when do he travel with his family? When is family time? I don't want to hear this 50 Cent shit and Jay-Z. My wife right here, we just came from Paris, rocking the chateau. My daughter was in there, was in the room Leonardo da Vinci built. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my son just was that night, One Reasonable Doubt. Where's he? Kids, and you talking about somebody taking care of you. Who are you taking care of, man? Like, we 50 and you still want to take care of you is insane to me. And the fans online think this is right. Arguing it. Yeah, Jay don't look out for Bleak. He's not supposed to. I have a job. I get paid well. How do you get a check and say, yo, I need a check?
But tell him your job, though.
I'm a boss.
I know, but I mean, you got a bunch of them.
Listen, we do rap. I have 4 gold albums, by the way. 4. All gold, hanging up plaques. Successful albums. I have 2 restaurants. I have a label that was successful.
Yeah,
Warehouse.
and it was at Rock Nation.
Shout out Casanova, free Cass, free my tax stone. We made moves. You know what I mean? We did what we did. Do say move.
That nigga tax stone. I forget how long he got.
Crazy. Mind Right Exotics in stores. Crazy. Rock solid pop. Shout out High Tolerance. In the streets, crazy. What? Yo.
Rock Solid Podcast.
Bro,
Yeah,
yeah, my bad. My bad. I ain't even bring that up. Rock Solid.
wanted you to say. That's like
Rock Solid Podcast or Black Effect. iHeart. Drink Champs. Like, what more want me to do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a daycare center for senior citizens rappers. Since they want to be dependent and want people to look out for them, but only thing they gotta let me put life insurance on them.
When I hear Yayo talk about 50 Cent doing for him or taking care of him well, I don't think Yayo means that 50 Cent bankrolls his entire lifestyle. Like, I don't think so, right? Like, I think Yayo earns his own money. I think Yayo pays his own bills. But I think he means like, yo, when I travel with my homie, you know, he got us put up on the best flights, eating the best food with the best experiences, bringing us around various people to network with. He treats us well. That's how I interpret it, but again, I could be interpreting it wrong. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Who do you guys think won this exchange? If you guys still watch this.
Yeah, the whole thing was corny to me. Like, who got did the most for by another man? It was, yeah, nasty work, bro. Nasty work, Richard.
Sleep Jar, sounds and stories.
All right, so I'm here at the federal courthouse in downtown LA. I just attended the Lil Durk trial for the first day. Now, I'm not even allowed my proper camera, anywhere near the building, so I'm just filming this quick intro, but I'm gonna go and sit down and write down, let you guys know all of my notes, but I'm literally here at the courthouse. Ryan Steele and Drew Findling are about to come out and speak to the press. I'm hopefully going to be able to film what they have to say to people, and then I've got a massive amount of notes, and I'm not going to lie to you, this might be the best court date that Durk has had so far. I might have been wrong, because he just took an insane W in court. I could not believe it. There were moments where, like, the whole courthouse was just aghast with how good this was going for Durk. It was actually unbelievable. It was a huge W, and I think the judge is going to make a big ruling in Durk's favor after this. I'm in shock. So there's a lot going on. There's like construction going on. The audio is probably terrible.
And that nigga Durk might get, boy, if Durk get off, bro, come on, man. Bro, if Durk get off, it's gonna be ugly.
Like that in my microphone. The federal courthouse is a lot more secure than, you know, the state courthouse or the city courthouse that the David Charles be going on in. I ain't gonna lie, it's a much more expensive and fancy building, but this is absolutely crazy. So it's chaos out here. It sounds awful. But I'm hopefully gonna film with Drew and Ryan to see what they had going on, and then I'm gonna go and sit down and get to the bottom of this. There's like a little bit of press over there. There's a guy with a camera.
So that's the little lies, y'all. I watch that when I go to work. See what's going on right quick. With the who won shit, I don't know. Hey, y'all, we about to check that King Academics out, about to react to it. Y'all go check out King Academics. That's what we reacted to.
Kind of give you the rundown of this beef again, right? So YB got online and he said this.
You know, but I don't give a fuck about nothing. Talking about to bitch ass niggas kicking. Fuck out of y'all niggas. The other bitch ass niggas better not fuck tonight, man. Fuck out of y'all, bitch. Bad nigga, no, I just shouldn't go down and play with me. Like, fuck out of y'all. Your mama and yo, nigga, fuck out of y'all. You know, but I don't give a fuck about nothing. Talking about to bitch ass niggas kicking. Fuck.
Okay, now a lot of people are saying, yo, he's clearly talking about Future. Future was the only person who dropped on Friday. He later clarified, well, he backtracked for a second when Offset got him on live and told him, chill out.
You know what I'm saying? First, we gotta say, tell the world, we gotta say happy birthday, Coach. It's the 10th, man. We gotta wish baby Coach a happy birthday.
I just come with a happy birthday, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, my brother. She gonna see this. I appreciate that.
I know, I really can't cut this bitch though, cause I really don't like how you just got on my ass.
Yeah, man, we pushing the money. And, you know what I told you. You know what I mean? Don't let no nigga get you out your body. You know what I mean? We solid niggas. We do what's right for our family. You dig? At the end of the day.
No, on some G shit, I gotta stop that getting emotional shit. Cause I really let some other pussy ass shit hurt me. And that's what really got me bad on me, bitch, going up, tripping. I have been doing great, bitch. You right, though. And I thank you for that. I apologize to you, and I apologize to them, too. And,
Yes, sir.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. We live it. God is good.
That nigga look like Richard Pryor with some dreads or something. That boy look like Richard Pryor with the dreads. God damn. Bro, that's funny, bro.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I'm tripping. I flashed out.
We ain't doing that no more. You get to it. We happy around this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Offset been looking a lot happier recently. I don't know if he just won big at a casino or maybe he's probably thinking about the blessings he does have in life, beautiful kids, still has a career. He got shot recently, but he's still walking around, moving around, and recovered pretty quickly. So it looks like Offset has been in a really good mood. So shout out to him. His headspace seems very positive. So, shout out to him.
Real shit.
Real shit. When they get up out of our body.
You in Norway.
I'm in Norway.
That's what my mind on me.
That's why I called you, bitch. I thought you was around the way.
I love you, bitch. Hey, I'm sorry. Say, I flashed out. You got me feeling like a dick right now. I flashed out, bitch. That wasn't
It's all good, bitch. It's all good.
And it got me back going. I gotta let that shit
You
go.
just call him a bitch.
I love you, bitch. Happy birthday, Coach.
He said, I love you, bitch.
I love you, bitch. We gone. I thought you was around the way. I got our body.
Bro, niggas calling each other bitches? That's crazy. Like, what?
No way.
I'm in Norway.
That's what my mind on me.
That's why I called you, bitch. I thought you was around the way.
I love you, bitch. Hey, I'm sorry. Say, I flashed out. You got me feeling like a dick right now. I flashed out, bitch. That wasn't got
It's all good, bitch. It's all good.
And it got me back going. I gotta let that shit go. I love you, bitch. Happy birthday, Coach.
I love you, bitch. We gone.
Okay. Then he addressed Future
This
a couple
nigga
minutes
just kissed
later.
at the camera, dog. Like, what's going on, bro?
It's like Offset telling him to chill out. He said he was going to chill out. He apologized in an indirect way, basically saying whoever I was dissing, I'm sorry. Then he hopped back on doing this.
Bitch ass in the ass. No. 15 minutes, Father.
His wife says it'll take 10 minutes before you post this shit, bro. Like, just give it a second. Maybe you'll calm down. He says, fuck 10 minutes. He'll give 10 seconds.
1, 2, 3. That's 6. Oh, I'm stupid as fuck. Bitch, you fuck with your bitch ass. I ain't letting you slide. They better not get it up. Fuck you, you old ass bitch. You one of my auntie cousins. Nigga, fuck you. You thought you was gonna count me out too. Nigga, you. Let me get on this bitch ass in the ass.
Okay. He says the only thing I could ever lose in life is a hold my temper.
Nah, I quit,
Now he says he's quitting again.
Oh my God, I am.
Somebody said, yo, Yo, y'all niggas is arguing with a nigga like YB. He has help tatted in the middle of his chest.
I'm not bitch ass nigga no more. Tell them niggas fuck with me. Fuck all them bitch ass niggas.
Okay. Then he continues.
Nigga say he got help tattoo in the middle of his chest.
Well, actually, Doughboy responded because apparently so Youngboy dropped a song and he says in honor of the whole Atlanta. Okay? And then Doughboy responds,
where you at?
After Youngboy supposedly says, keep talking with your whole ass. So Doughboy says this.
We can bump right now. Like, right now. We don't gotta argue or do none of this gay ass internet shit that you be on, dude. You need to come outside, gang. You not gonna even come outside nowhere in America, gang. You only feel safe out the country. Y'all don't see this nigga walking around up here? Do you? No, you don't. That nigga only pop out where he feels safe as fuck at. He ain't got the police with him. He ain't going. All this nigga do is sit in the house and yell at his phone all day. This nigga is weird, gang. Fuck is wrong with you? Let's bump. Let's bump. Where you at? We can bump.
Okay. Well, he said that and heard to this.
Man, what we doing? Because I don't want to talk. I can't talk. I don't want to talk. We going battle for battle. We going dollar for dollar. We going top for top. We going diamond for diamond. Because y'all just can't fuck with us in neck. It's for top over here. It's prospect over here. Then one day, nigga, I ain't going to do talking about stopping a nigga. Stop who? Man, that's the best. Your pussy and trick your arm with the stop a nigga and the whole head fall. Man, you got to think out your man. But look, I'm on whatever y'all want. You hear me? I'm standing. Let's do it. Man, what we doing? Because I don't want to talk. I can't.
Okay.
Where you at?
Now, back and forth kept going for a bit. Because YB.
But y'all going against YB, but it's like literally he's a kid, bro. I mean, he's still a man, but he's a young kid, bro. Y'all grown as fuck. Going back and forth with a little young boy. Like, that's weird shit. Yeah. Like, nigga, you old as hell going against young boy. That's
and he said this.
But see, only reason they doing it because they know they gonna get, you know what I'm saying, mentioned, honorable mentions and shit. So that's why motherfuckers be trying to be seen with this shit.
I'm in South Korea by myself.
I'm ready to do South Korea by myself.
Little
boy.
Come on, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'll meet you at the studio in a minute. I will beat the fuck out you, man. F on my daughters, I'll beat the piss out you. You a little boy. I remember you. You was a hoe. You know my crack. Say, I ain't did serving over them, man. I don't smoke cigarettes. You bitch ass nigga. I ain't pop a pill going on, man. I ain't smoke a cigarette.
Them niggas, I ain't popped a pill in about a month.
Man, stop.
Like, I have never popped a pill.
No bullshit. No bullshit. No bullshit.
Yes, I ain't popped a pill in about a month. That's funny.
Drug this and egg this. Bring your gangsta ass up. Come anywhere on it and watch what I do you.
Okay.
And tell me a lot about you niggas and people. Man, you niggas ain't no fucking gangsters. That's why y'all can walk around in states like that. Say, people ain't no fucking gangster. Dude don't run around without no fucking security, especially not more than me. My boy, I just watch y'all. I just watch the world. It glorifies the most pussy and dumb shit that ever went on I ever seen in my life. Man, they got a nigga y'all can't even name. Y'all don't even know this boy for 5 songs. Y'all don't even know this man for 3 songs. Man. And y'all live.
Now, it looks like he's kind of alluding, people keep saying he's alluding to like Pooh Shiesty, and they're saying that people are bigging up Pooh Shiesty for what he did to Gucci, I guess. Like, I'm a little confused by that.
Like, go out and find some pussy ass shit that was a thing. Not this nigga. Man, you never tricked me out of my position, man. I never let you, nobody else. And we ain't going no chopper for chopper with no niggas, man. Cause we don't play like that. We kept rappers. We ain't built like that.
So he's telling her, yo, listen, no, we ain't gonna chop it for chopping with nobody. We cap, we lie. We don't really do shit like that.
This man in a different country right now, talking shit.
That tell me a lot about you niggas and people. Man, you niggas.
Okay. Then he got back on.
This man in like a whole nother country talking shit.
I'll fight you if you want to. And I just want to fuck up his rollout, violate whole ass shit he do behind the scenes.
He said he wanted to violate his rollout. Damn. He said this shit. Like, that's crazy. That's some wild, that's some nasty work right now, bro. Yeah, that's nasty work now, bro.
Damn, son.
So he said he just wanted to fuck up Future's rollout because Future does whole ass shit behind the scenes. I don't know what that could be.
Good though. Ain't no beef. I want no problem with y'all. I'll fight you if you want to. And I just wanted to fuck up his rollout, violate whole ass shit he do behind the scenes. It's good though.
Okay. There we go. Now, we then get Doughboy who pops back on again. By the way, I've never seen Future kind of do these back and forth. I'm not gonna lie. Doughboy is FBG.
About your little cousin, you need to go take him their drugs or something, because he came in my comments fucking with me. I was my biggest like a player, man. Fuck is wrong with you? Nigga, you talking about that my little cousin. I'll fuck with something if you want to fuck with something. Nigga, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to fuck with none of the broke niggas. I want the nigga, man. I want the nigga that can't fuck with me. That's all. Oh, y'all always saying that nigga, man. Like, I think I'll be a man. Fuck is you talking about? You care about your little cousin.
Man, so let that nigga be a man.
Damn, son.
Because he came in my comments fucking with me. I was my biggest like a player, man. Fuck is wrong with you? Nigga, you talking about that my little cousin. I'll fuck with something if you want to fuck with something. Nigga, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to fuck with none of the broke niggas. I want the nigga, man. I want the nigga that can't fuck with me. That's all. Oh, y'all always saving that nigga, man. Like, I think I'll be a man. Fuck is you talking about? You care about? Nigga talking about you don't want to go diamond for diamond, dollar for dollar, chopper for chopper. This man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Y'all niggas trying to go story for story. Stop talking to me, man. I said what I said, man. Fuck all you niggas. I don't give a fuck, nigga. We can do whatever. Any one of you niggas. Fuck is you talking about? And your side is nowhere near turned as mine, nigga. You niggas know this. Nigga went and put on all RBO ice talking this rich nigga shit to me, man. Who touched the M? Besides him. I want to know. Pussy. Nigga talking about, you know.
So this was who Gandy who says, that's my little cuz. I'll fuck with something. I'll fuck with something with you, Doughboy. We can take it to wherever you want to take it to.
What up? What up? Southwest Louisiana.
And that was it.
So we got him. I'm talking about this shit. What's going on out there though? Like, is it popping, my nigga? Is it? What is it doing? I need to know.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Except it's not it, because apparently Doughboy got back on and he said this.
I hate niggas like you, gang. Always playing victim. You only gonna trick me out my spot. Ain't nobody tricking you out your spot. You came fucking with me. What is we talking about? Stop acting like a nigga said something to you first. You came under my shade. What the fuck is we talking about here? Y'all just be, you know,
like, these people, they be really like animated about shit that don't even matter, bro. Like, what is they, like, you talking about somebody getting up under your comment, like, I mean, I understand, but like, you taking that shit personal, boy. Like,
I mean, this shit be right in y'all face. He mad at y'all because niggas actually said I'm right, though. He mad, now he calling y'all stupid, like y'all tripping. That nigga saying,
I know y'all ain't no killers because y'all walking around in the States.
You know how many real gangsters, real killers that never even left the city before? What is you talking about, boy?
He's fighting on.
I hate niggas like you, gang.
Like I said, nigga,
All the way in South Korea, talking crazy. 15 hours away.
You were watching a master at work.
talking about you would meet up with me anywhere. Alright, bet you could have been DM me. We could have been got this shit over with, gang. But you just want to keep making posts and shit. Keep going back and forth and your niggas want to keep arguing, bro. Tell your niggas stop posting me, gang.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Keep arguing with you, lame ass nigga. Fuck, be who up on your daughters. Them little niggas that you be with. Yeah, they got your head fucked up because they be letting you smack them niggas around there and hit you back. Nigga ain't never got hit back before. That's his fucking problem. Like I said, nigga, all the way in South Korea, talking crazy. 15 hours away. Talking about you would meet up with me anywhere. Alright, bet you could have been DM me. We could have been got this.
I mean, but you can't expect somebody in a whole nother country just up and just come to America to do something to you, bro. Like, that would be too retarded, but.
It's over with, gang. But you just want to keep making posts and shit. Keep going back and forth.
I'm just saying.
Want to keep arguing.
That's
Bro.
not
Tell your
good.
niggas stop posting me, man. Fuck is we talking about here, bro? Nobody trying to keep arguing with you, lame ass nigga. Be who up on your daughters. Them little niggas that you be with. Yeah, they got your head fucked up because they be letting you smack them niggas around there and hit you back. Nigga ain't never got hit back before. That's his fucking problem. Like I said, no.
Okay. And I think that's where we kind of left it. Oh, he did like, Young Boy liked a video of me speaking where I said Gunna is living his best life while everything Lil Baby touched is flopping, which is facts. Lil Baby is the new Iceman. You get what I'm saying? Cold as ice. So Gunna's living his best life. And I keep telling y'all, man, it's something about, Gunna, I was talking to like a girl and she looks at Gunna or Gunna's music, because actually what music she listens to. And Gunna has like crossed out of this like street music shit. He's kind of like in this like fly type of like, a little bit like, almost like international to a certain extent. Like that little hood booger, Atlanta, I'm a gangster. Like he's not doing that no more. He's for the girls. He's for the bad bitches. He's for the people with passports. Like, Lil Baby are for the niggas that got, like, dried up snot under their nose. Like, you know what I mean? Don't have deodorant. You know what I mean? Like, the scammers who, like Lil Baby's kind of for the bum niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how his music resonates.
That nigga say he like the bum niggas. Damn. That nigga really playing with Lil Baby out here, like. Damn! He playing with that man's name, Mario. He playing with his name, Mario.
Nigga knows Monaco. He looks like his shirt is tucked in his pants. I'm telling you, right now, Gunna's aesthetic, and by the way, I'm not even criticizing Thug, but I'm giving him some advice. Gunna is the byproduct of when your aesthetic meets your music. So, your problem is your aesthetic does.
Like that kind of that resonated with me a little bit right there. Your music gotta meet the presence that you like. I feel them though.
Meet your music. So I realize you're starting to sign these new like rage kits. It's kind of like a lot of them sound like opium, right? That's the new way. I get it, and I hope you're successful in it. I see some of them look like they might pop off. Cool. But your problem personally is that your aesthetic doesn't match what you're rapping about. You got to pick what you want to do. Do you still want to be gangster? If you want to be gangster, your aesthetic doesn't match that. You give hobo. Being honest. If you want to be the fly rapper, you haven't looked fly.
You look like a hobo. Hey, that's funny, bro. Like, bruh.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bro, say he look like a hobo. Hey.
And again, I get it. I'm not like a scholars person, but it was a time you kind of like came across like this really like just like left field but eccentric type of like fashion guy or fashion forward guy. These white beaters are killing you, my brother. The lean gun is killing you, my brother. You gotta recreate that look if you're gonna be that type of rapper and have that type of music. The biggest problem with Thug is that Thug's music doesn't match the aesthetic he's going for, and he doesn't know what he wants to go for. I think he still kind of likes the Thug type of talking, except
I just feel like Gunna just worked a little harder than everybody. I mean, he got out before everybody else. Now that's the truth. And like, soon as Gunna got out, he started putting out music. As soon as he hit the ground, like that shit was crazy. That bread and butter, y'all know what that is. That bread and butter. That's the one he came out with as soon as he got out of jail.
and I think that's his problem right now. Lil Baby, he's ducking a Rico, right? He's like talking half tough, CDFW. Fuck nigga, keep claiming 4PF nigga. Don't let the feds run you away from claiming a gang. How many times you gonna change the gang name? No, we not 4PF no more, we CBFW. Nigga, you're RICO, stupid. Rico, the fuck is you talking about? Goofy like the hell? Are you still trying to be tough or not?
That nigga said you RICO.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He's right, you know.
Problem with these guys, they don't know what they want to do. Gunna has left all of the hood shenanigans behind, and he's making shit that niggas with loafers, with like he got seams in his pants. He got like the nigga got a pocket square. He just look fly. Half being a gay, he's ducking Fonnie Willis.
That nigga said half being a gay.
We got
Because he's ducking Fannie Willis. Man, this man has to be stopped. This is funny,
He's
bro.
not committing to what he wants to do. Remember when Young Thug was the weirdo? He's not even committed to the weirdo no more. Like, he's not even, like, there's nothing weird about Thug no more. We just kind of look at him like we look at Thug like he's kind of like Adrian Broner light. You get what I'm saying? It's like, back in the day, we looked at Broner like whatever, we love Broner. But I'm just saying, like, none of those thoughts come to mind anymore. And if I was managing Thug, I would say this to Thug. We need to recreate this image. Let's take 2 steps back. What do you want to do? You still want to be tough? You want to be gangster? I bet. We're now going to have to create this tough guy aesthetic. It's going to be hard because you're on probation. And we do know you don't want to get locked back up. That's going to be tough. Oh, you want to be the weird guy who might wear a dress? You can still do that.
No.
But disappear for a minute and start popping out with, like, the cool. Remember when he popped out with the mask? That's when I realized.
Don't pop out with a dress, bro. Only pop out with a mask on Halloween, but damn.
As I'm like, oh, Thug don't got it. Remember when Young Thug, he popped out with the mask. Once I seen him with this mask right here, I'm like, okay, this is not it. Like, it's not even about the mask, it's that it didn't even look well put together that you can be like, oh, what, let me have some intrigue. It just looked like a nigga with something on his face. And that's the problem, I think. That's 100% the problem. So I would tell Thug, fall back for a second, figure out what role you want to do.
That nigga said, he just looked like a nigga with some shit on his face. Like, damn. But he right though, shit.
For Lil Baby, I wouldn't tell him a motherfucking thing. I would tell him to learn English. But for Gunna, I think Gunna's doing the right thing. I think Gunna
is making music. And this is what I said. I was talking to a girl, and she's like, I don't really listen to like super gangster music. Like I don't listen to like Young Boy. Like he's too aggressive.
Yeah, them girls, they be liking more R&B-ish type. Or they like the little young, teeny bopper rap type shit. Like,
So, whatever. And she's like, well, I listen to Thug, but old Thug. I was like, okay. And then she's like, I listen to Gunna though. And I realized Gunna's music is giving off day party, giving off Mykonos, giving off Monaco, giving off fly shit for women, giving off not hood booger, let's kill a nigga. You get what I'm saying? And his aesthetic, the way how he dresses, the way he carries himself, the places you see him at, you could tell he's matching that aesthetic. So that's why I actually really think that Gunna's winning. So congratulations to Gunna. And I think Young Boy agrees. Young Boy agrees. Young Boy's like, yo.
Congratulations to God.
And also it's like
that's funny, bro. Hey, y'all check out King Academics page, but yeah, I'm finna roll up, trying to see what's going on, bitch. Hold on, y'all. I'm still goddamn trying to look through this shit, see what they got going on. This shit, like, they clone Tyrone or some shit. Alright, y'all, we going to OJ Do Jackson. We need to, it says, why African really hate the word tether. Alright, we're going to OJ Do Jackson right now, y'all.
Before you do anything else today, put your phone number in the link below. Tomorrow morning,
y'all check the channel out.
1,000 traders already did.
In 2019, Jordan Peele released a psychological horror film called Us. And in the film, there was a particular group called the Tethered. They were a group of underground clones who wore matching red jumpsuits. They carried golden scissors. But most importantly, they looked exactly like the people living on the surface. They spent generations forced to mimic the actions of their surface counterparts from underground tunnels in which they're trapped in this movie. And from this, Tariq Nasheed got the inspiration for the word tether to describe a cosplaying group of Black immigrants, most notably coming from the African continent and from the Caribbean. The fundamental difference here is that in the movie Us, the tethered have no choice but to mimic the people on the ground. They get nothing from it in real reality. But the tethered come in who mimic Black Americans, do so because they benefit from the institutions and the structures while gaining everything and giving nothing.
He's right, you know.
But this phrase has been widely accepted as a racial slur. And there are few people who are unhappy.
I heard him say it before, but I never really learned like a tether. What the hell is a tether, my nigga? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Damn!
Talking about who?
Damn, son.
Now, they will say that tether is an actual description of an immigrant who come here to cosplay as a Black American. That's what they will say.
Now, this is poetic Flacco, and it's important to understand that he is laying out the basis of the definition as given by Tariq Nasheed, or those who are in the online Twitter community or X community about FBA. But he would use a rebuttal by doing this.
But then they say tether hairline. Oh, tether babble. Tether this, tether that, right? Like you wouldn't say tether hairline if it was not a racial slur, right? If it was a description for somebody who come here and cosplay as a Black American, then like you would use it
I mean, I don't feel like they cosplaying. I just feel like they in America, they of a darker complexion, so people gonna look at them like they black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never know. I got some folk I know from here. They look like they from Savannah, but they look like they straight from Africa, bro. On God, like.
As is defined. The minute you
Like,
start
bro,
to use
walking
it
around
outside
here
of the
looking like,
actual definition and description,
bro, walking around here like he looking like he from Uganda.
it then becomes a racial slur because they
Straight
use
from
it to
Savannah.
dehumanize somebody.
The first 8 seconds, which you heard in the first clip, was only focused on the real definition. The remaining 26 seconds that he invested his time focused on the racial slur or abuse of the term, which he is correct. People do use that slur of a tether hairline, tether sandals, tether dashikis. I mean, all of those things are. But I wonder why focus on the slur, but not the definition itself. I like to debate in intellectual honesty. I will concede that for the sake of this video, the term tether can and has been used and maybe will be used in the future as a racial or slur to describe African or Black immigrants. But what Poetic Flacco would have a hard time getting around is if he fits the actual definition without slurs of the compartmentalization of the phrase tether. The question is, will he actually fit what Tariq Nasheed or others have alleged against people like him and the remainder of his group? It is important to understand that Tariq Nasheed and other people in the hashtag NBA community have blatantly said that not everybody is a tether. It is a behavior. Somebody has to do something to fit the qualifications of the word or phrase tether, just as somebody who is a heterosexual or a homosexual or a bisexual or a drug addict or a football player or a basketball player or an attorney, you have to do certain things to qualify for the definition. The first thing that I would like to leverage against the people who fit the phrase of tether is that they use FBA talking points. Not all.
This right here is different to me because I haven't heard any of this like type of. I haven't heard any type of like reaction towards a lot of this right here. Like it's talked about, but not as much.
People who fit the tether definition are looking to undermine Black Americans right away. At least it doesn't seem so. Initially, what they will do to get into the community, they will have characteristics of virtue signaling. And you will see this when things happen to people in the Black community, like Black Lives Matter. You will see it with George Floyd. The people, in fact, who will come out and protest with the Black community are the so-called tethers themselves. And the people who will come out in support will be the people accused of being tethers themselves. Let's talk about what's going on with Nolan Wells, and let's see what Poetic Flacco has to say.
Nolan Wells' family is officially under attack. The white supremacist has apparently finally caught up to this story, and they're making up for their absence, right? They are rapidly going to work to go against this family.
If you can see here, this piece of content resonates with the Black American community. It resonates with the pain and the trauma of white supremacy and allegedly at the hands of white people, in this case, 3 boys. But it's also important what another person would do.
Nursing feel like a nightmare? Get help 24/7.
This is the biggest stage in the world.
That was brilliant! This is what ABT is all about.
Who went out on some boat and ride with his friends in Mississippi, Warren's Island or something, and he ends up missing, but the white dudes are there. The 3 bozos don't know where he is, right? And what's really funny is they ended up erasing their IG really quickly. And also, I guess their parents are like judges, and they're just.
But like, if you didn't have nothing to hide, you shouldn't have hid the IG. Like that's nasty work right there, though. If you're with him and he's missing, as soon as he's missing, you delete your IG. That's something going on.
They're in power positions in this area, and this is Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Go figure.
Mississippi.
It almost seems forced, Godfrey's behavior, as if he cares so much about the black community. Now, Poetic Flacco has put this video up, so has Godfrey. Both of them are really standing up against these white racists, and it seems as if these people are really concerned to what has happened to somebody in the black American society.
He's right, you know.
And that's the first accusation. To get in, to resonate, and appropriate. You see, you must be like them to get them to support you. You must resonate and capitulate to get them to support you and to trust you. And therefore, you can be into their community. And the only reasons why people do that is the same reasons why women want to date rich men. It's hypergamy. What Poetic Flacco and Godfrey have done in their careers is the same thing that rich women and IG models do all the time. They go from a community of lower value economically to a community that has higher value. Nobody comes from a higher value community typically down to the lower value community unless there's an extreme opportunity. But in the case of Poetic Flacco or Godfrey, who sound just like me and you, this is their hypergamy play. They come into the system, pretend to be one of you, and all of a sudden, they're accepted. And once they're accepted, but there's a problem. Aligning with somebody's pain is different than contributing to their fundamental success, which is something that nobody can see with Poetic Flacco or Godfrey. The question is, when they have leverage on their YouTube channels or from their income, what can you see them doing for the Black American community that they have benefited from? And we can use really Godfrey as an example here. Now, if we look at the 154 podcast, we can clearly see that over the last year, since October, it has the name.
What's the name?
154 discusses One Africa, 54 countries, largely with all of these people growing up in Europe and the United States. And Godfrey dedicates a lot of his career and understanding to Black America. But it's interesting that Godfrey is being accused of this.
He has not bought a foundational Black American on 154. I'm not talking about in Godfrey we trust, because I'm pretty sure one of them people up there is a foundational Black American. I'm not sure who, but I'm pretty sure one of them is. My issue is on 154, they're not talking about, from what I've seen, by and large, more often than not, it becomes a thing where they start talking about foundational Black Americans, how foundational Black Americans have hurt them, made them feel so on and so forth, Bobby, skibbity bop. And it's not about things happening in Nigeria.
Dave Anderson did something that I never honestly thought about. He said Godfrey will have people.
Not bobbity skibbity bob.
On the Black community on the Godfrey is Live podcast, but he will never have a Black American on the 154 podcast. That's very interesting because even people like Tariq Nasheed, who disagrees with a lot of Africans out there, will open up his TikTok or his Twitter spaces for conversation. You have the rapper crew who are from the Black American community, and they open up their doors to debate from anybody in the community. It's interesting that 154 podcast will not have anybody from the hashtag FBA community on there, but they don't have a problem with other people coming on the podcast and then having something slightly negative to say about their experience with Black Americans. And then when somebody gets on Godfrey for not checking the person for that comment, he may say something, well, it's a 3-hour show, I can't get to everything, or it's that person's opinion, not mine. And this is the same thing that Shannon Sharp said when Cat Williams came on the podcast. But the reality is, when you have the opportunity to bring a Black American on and defend themselves, and you don't, but you consistently allow Africans to come on and have their gripes with Black Americans, what it seems at this particular point that you're being unfair. Because now you're participating in what I would call corporate Pan-Africanism, and now you have those corporate African sponsors, and now you're leaning that podcast towards that community, and you have forgotten all about the hashtag FBA homies you had over here who were holding you down all the time. Let's talk about Poetic Flacco. He is a person that is accused of mimicking a whole bunch of behaviors in the Black community.
boys, I'm going in $100 on the US. Are you serious? Oh yeah, $100.
Community, and he shows everybody how much money he makes. But there is no evidence of him donating to the guy that was shot by Chud the Builder. There is no evidence of him trying to do anything for Black America. All you see is him bragging about how much money he makes or how somebody can join his YouTube courses. And the reason why is because to talk about Black American pain costs them actually nothing. It's easy to sit around on your computer all day from North Dakota or from New York City and discuss how Black Americans are being mistreated by the white supremacists and we should unite. It costs them actually nothing. And there is no skin in the game with that sort of behavior, which leads me to this point.
Well, I said no skin in the game, man.
Black Americans have historically faced pressure when we talk about politics, economics, and social. There's often been a shared understanding and response rooted in long, specific history inside this country. And that history created networks, it created institutions, it created a certain level of internal protection. And when you're part of that lineage, you move differently because the history is yours. And when delineation happens, that automatic connection is no longer assumed. Now, identity is more specific. And when identity becomes specific, the benefits that came from a broad grouping naturally shift as well. So yes, some people, a lot of people, they start to feel the difference.
Dennis Sterling lays out a pretty interesting argument here. You see, the Black American experience was solved by us, ourselves, or the ancestors thereof. And for so many years, the flat blackness ideology are just treating everybody that we're all Black and allowing everybody to participate in that blackness is now being cut off. So for example, you have Nigerian criminals now being deported outside of America for their crimes. They can no longer hide those people amongst the quote unquote Black Americans. The same thing with the Haitians or the Caribbeans. Now they have to take responsibility for their own criminals, and they're not able to just sell their community as the model minority myth like the Nigerians did in the 80s or 90s or the other African groups. Once you're forced to delineate, you can no longer claim what is not yours, and you have to go out there and build it yourself from your people as much as possible. But let me get back to Godfrey. Remember when he said this?
And CJ, he's a Black American who actually came up with the concept, along with Heather, who's a white lesbian.
This is important to know for the 154 podcast. You see, Godfrey knows all about the Black society and white supremacy and racism. He is well-read, but being well-read and understanding or comprehending what you read are two different things. If you're really involved in the pro-Black community, you would know how the pro-Black community feels about, number one, whites and people who are largely not heterosexual. While the pro-Black community typically does not hate anybody of another race or anybody in their sexuality, people in the pro-Black community would quietly be suspicious of a person that is non-Black and is in the LGBTQ being a part of a show produced for quote-unquote the Black community or the 154 community. People would look at that suspiciously because the people that Godfrey quote would be 100% against that. And if you're really going to be down for the cause, then you would be like Louis Farrakhan, who is Caribbean, but he was taught by Elijah Muhammad, and he's tried his best as much as he could be to keep the rules as pro-Black as possible. Not to say that he's perfect, but according to Godfrey, he will do anything he can.
I'm pretty sure Elijah Muhammad from America. I'm pretty sure.
Break those same rules and go outside of the Black diaspora, even hiring a producer who is number one, white, and number two, in the LGBTQ, which typically is not what you would see in the pro-Black community. And not that any of that is wrong though, but a lot of Black Americans would look at that and call it what kind of?
Like, they'll be like, that shit sus. Like, they'll be like,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Behavior? You got it. They would consider that to be tetherish behavior. What am I trying to say here? The reason why I feel like a lot of Black Caribbeans or Africans hate the word tether is not because of a hairline or somebody says you have tether sandals. That largely can't be true because a lot of people have receding hairlines, and if you wear sandals, I mean, whatever, that's your business. The reality is, if you are grifting a certain culture that you are not from and you don't contribute to, you would largely take offense to that because that is your behavior. And that's one thing that you can see a lot of times going on in the African community or diaspora community is a whole bunch of no accountability. And that's why you will always hear Godfrey or Poetic Flacco or the other blacks. And what they will always say is, y'all focus on the wrong person. Stop focusing on each other. We all black. Focus on the oppressor. In the same time, while Godfrey is telling you to focus on the oppressor, the person that produces for his show is a white lesbian. In what march is Poetic Flacco leading to stop white supremacy in North Dakota or in LA or anything? Do you see any action or behavior of Poetic Flacco trying to stop white supremacy? No. Because they don't really mean that. And sometimes you can't listen to what people are saying, but to what they are not saying. So guys, what do you think?
Hey, we just checked out O'Shea through Jackson. Y'all gotta check the talent out, man. Let me see. We're gonna keep going. See where we're going. The freestyle veteran. Freestyle man. So that keeps on sending me that damn video. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look up most scandalous right quick. See, cause that nigga got some new videos. Let me see. I don't think I watched. Oh, that's a short. That was the last one. Hold on, y'all. I might watch this one for shits and giggles. Somebody said, what is this? What are you? Wait a minute. Who are you?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
To intimidate Victor 1, defendant Henley told Victor 1 that Henley
Hey, y'all, we reacted to Most Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Y'all go check them out.
had seen Whack 100 with his wife and daughter and said, there's 50 to 20s for this. Hoodies tied down. Got my hoodie on, all black, tied down. She like, boom, she jumped in the car. Paid for blah, blah. Then took off. Boom, this screaming, my wife, said, I see you, Eugene. I see you, Eugene, honey, I see you. He's screaming all that. He got his blower. He got his blower out, but he's fucked up because nobody's around him. We like, I'm like, yeah. He like, you want to die here, man? Don't do this, my kid. Jaws. Don't do this. He's screaming.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the explosives. In this episode, we're circling back to revisit some of CS2 Badges' lies. I know some of you thought we'd let this one slide, but no, we're not letting anything slide. We're here to nitpick every little contradiction Porky makes, just to show how deep the deception really goes. You heard what DJ Academic said at the beginning. He was reading straight from the paperwork connected to Big U's wiretap. Big U was detailing what really went down that night at the Novo when they ran into Porky in the parking lot. And you heard it clear as day. Whack crying, pleading, talking about his wife and kids being inside the building. But after that, Porky jumped on No Jumper, sat across from Traplore Ross, and tried to spin a whole different story. He even attempted to bully Ross for something Ross said about what was in the paperwork. Of course, Porky Chops had to change up the narrative. That's what people do when the paperwork doesn't match the persona. So here's what we're going to do today. First, we'll let you hear Porky's version of events. His so-called military operation. His heroic fantasy. Then we're going to let you hear him tell on himself, straight from his own mouth on Clubhouse, where his story sounds nothing like what he told Trap Lore Ross. Once again, the lies unravel themselves. Let's get into it.
You know I'm allowing you to question me right now, right? You made some talk shit the other day. See, the only difference is you usually do what you did the other day sitting over there in London somewhere, right? And you're not here, right? There's a lot of places you can't go. You send Adam something as if it was a clip of something I did I wasn't supposed to do.
No, he sent me a screenshot of a page from the indictment
that's cool.
where Big
You
U
the
was
receiver.
recorded on a wiretap,
You're the
basically
receiver.
saying that he punked you out with a whole bunch of people, and
Oh,
it had
you're
a
the
quote
receiver.
that he attributed to
Okay,
you, but it
well, hold
wasn't an actual video or recording.
hold on.
This was Big U's version of
Hold
events.
on, you're the receiver. So since you read everything, right? Now, tread lightly with this. Because I've been telling myself for the last couple minutes not to really do nothing to you, Stop the cap. Because I know what you was trying to do. So since you so thorough, did you read what Big U said he did to me? No, either you gonna play smart or dumb. Did you read it?
Yes. Can I say one thing?
What did
Can
you
I say one
find
thing
in
in my
there?
defense first?
That's the bullshit and the real shit.
But can I say one thing in my defense
I
first?
just wanna know what you read.
I feel like stuff that Adam said that he put source on top of. I just sent him an image of the indictment and said, "Have you seen this?" You went in the room and you said a bunch of stuff.
No, you said in that page.
Added on.
You said in that page. So I'm asking you, just gonna let me know where you at with me.
And don't forget, Porky's doing all of this to trap Lore Ross, while fully knowing he's about to sit there and feed him a complete lie. Keep that in mind as we listen.
Did you read that? And did you use your brain to understand why and why not? So I'm a dude that has violated Big U like no other human being, right? Violated. 2-3 years, right?
That's such a claim to fame now that Big U's like the ultimate bad guy of LA.
No.
Him being able to say that he violated is like him saying he went up against Al Capone.
No.
To tell the tale.
No, you gotta remember, I don't see Big U the way y'all see Big U.
On Gillian Wallow's show, Porky openly said he picked Big U as the biggest Crip of all time. He said he chose Big U over Crip founders Raymond Washington and Tookie Williams. He sat there listing off all of Big U's accolades, giving him all his flowers. But then Porky gets on No Jumper and suddenly says, I don't see Big U the way everybody else does. See how that works? This is just Porky trying to position himself like he's above everybody else, like he's on some level of insight or authority that the rest don't have.
I know. Big U done sat on my couch with his head down, scared straight in situations where he needed our help at,
And did y'all catch that? Porky just said, where he needed our help. Not my help, our help. Why is that? Because once again, Porky is inserting himself into something that had nothing to do with him. He's trying to make it sound like Big U was running to him and his imaginary team for help. But let's ask Porky the real question. Who exactly is our? Why won't you just say he needed your help? Like there's some big collective of people Big U was leaning on, when really, it's just you talking to yourself, trying to look more important than you are. That's the game.
Fanaticz, real trap shit.
Yourself. But we see right through it.
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
I don't see him that way. A month ago, I had to pay rent and help take care of his family.
Let's talk about another one of Porky's lies. Big U owned multiple homes. So how in the world could CS2 badges be out here, claiming he paid Big U's rent. If you helped him with anything at all, it would have been to help with a mortgage payment, not rent. That's just common sense. But here's what's even funnier. Notice how Porky and Lucy both lean on this same tired talking point. Oh, we gave him some money. We helped pay his rent. Like that's some badge of honor. If someone is really your friend, and they fall on hard times, isn't helping them out what you're supposed to do? If a man hits a rough patch and you slide him some money, that's not a flex.
He's right, you know.
That's just being a decent human being. But these dudes turn it into a talking point, a power play. I'm not scared of him. I don't see him the way y'all see him because I helped him one time with some money. Are you kidding me?
Like what?
And don't forget, all of this is built on a lie anyway. Everything Porky's saying is just to distract you from the real truth.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
He was in that parking lot that night, screaming for his life. That's the reality he's trying to rewrite.
Who done sat on my couch and said, help me? I don't see that dude. We was 15, 20 deep, right? And we caught him. And he was by himself, right? You do know I jumped out on them. You do know I wasn't walking. I'm in a car with 800 horsepower in it, right? I'm very capable of whatever, right? You do know my homeboys was adjacent to them, but they didn't, and they had no idea they was there, right?
The handyman.
Right?
That's new information.
You do understand that, right?
Here.
You
He's
see that?
Any man.
Big Mac, how you living? Oh my God.
Now
you
we
been
got
here with the
Mount
360?
Pond right here, bro.
Hello,
We said
hello,
you
Shay. How you doing? First time meeting. IRL.
Hold on. We got to get to this right here.
He's trying to pack out traffic right now. Yeah, we need a judge.
Hold on.
We need someone to litigate this situation.
So hold on. Watch this.
I'm glad I'm here at ground zero, man. This road only back.
Watch this. So let me give it to you, right?
Let me, hey, man, I brought my last shoe. Brought my last shoe. And I said, this the Fan Avengers. They got me. They got Alan. They got Black.
Not Podmore.
Shout out to the new recruiter, Remo.
No, he undercover.
So listen.
Hold on.
Let's get back to it.
The undercover had a stutter.
Oh, the undercover had a stutter?
Actually, no. Won't you read it?
Look, I just feel like I'll read it. I'll read it.
I want you to read it.
I'll read it. Can I say something before I read it? It's very important.
I want you to read it.
All right, I'll read
I want
it.
to see how
I'll
short
read
you
it,
are.
and then I'll give what I thought of it, and then I'm going to repeat what Adam said about it.
I want a dramatic reading.
You spun it crazy.
I want you to read it dramatically.
Hey, third dog there.
Boy, I get that.
I'm gonna expose something
Don't bring
that
the
I
point
never
out.
exposed.
Yo,
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm so glad you're my friend, because all your options go to jail, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Oh.
man. All your options, every nigga don't like you, they going down the ball playing, man. Your wife's my friend, I'm telling you.
Go ahead, read. I
Henley,
want him to do this weird shit. Go ahead.
Henley recounted to victim one, and this is on a wiretap, right? So bear in mind, this is very important. This is Big U bragging about doing this on a wiretap to somebody
Hold
else.
on, phone.
Not
Go
knowing
ahead.
that he's being listened to, right?
Read it.
Henley recounted to victim one an incident in which Henley and Rolling 60s gang members chased down Whack 100, Whack 100, Whack 100.
At this point, it's almost normal. We should all be used to it by now. Seeing CS2 Badger's name pop up in somebody else's paperwork shouldn't even surprise anybody anymore. Once again, this man's name is showing up in paperwork, and somehow it never matters. But here's where it gets ridiculous. CS2 back wants us to believe that the feds have wiretaps of Big U saying all this happened to him. And yet, magically, they never went to CS2 back to ask him about it. He wants us to think his name just landed in that paperwork out of nowhere, and he had no clue about anything. Then look at what he said on Clubhouse. He told Tiny Drawls that your uncle, Big Drawls, got Drew down on. We all know the feds were listening to that. He even said he pulled a gun out right there. But nobody investigates. Nobody comes asking questions. Make that make sense.
Attempting to hurt him. Quote, there's 15
to 20 dudes with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on, all black, tied down. She like, boom, she jumped in the car, paid for, redacted, and then took off. Boom, this dude screaming. My wife, drawers. I see you, Eugene. I see you. Eugene Henley, I see you. He's screaming all of that. He's got his blower. His blower's out.
That nigga say Eugene Henley.
But he's messed up. I gotta read the whole thing. But he's messed up. Because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass dude.
Hey.
I'm like, yeah, bitch ass dude.
That nigga say Eugene Henley. I see you.
He's like,
Hey,
like,
Ack had a little joke. I think Ack slided there right here where he was like, "Did you call him by his government name?"
Draws, don't do this. He's screaming.
Draws.
He was about to turn you into
I want to see how smart you are. I've been violating him for 2 years. Violating, calling me rat, snitches. He came up there 20 deep to get me, right? And he's telling me some work. What stopped him from fucking with me?
So, look, listen, I'm going to give you this. Let me get to it. My interpretation of this, me personally, and bear in mind, my interpretation wasn't put out there. Adam hopped on the live and said, no, this is so crucial. Because I'm going to get to mine. Okay, Adam hopped on there and said Wack was begging for his life. I didn't say that. You got source on that. Adam got source on it.
I want you to tell me what you did from that.
This is what I'm trying to get to.
Why did he
I get to it is because you might not want to admit this. You had your blower.
Okay.
You're begging him not to kill him.
Now stop right there. Right? If I got my blower and you 20 deep with hoodies and I'm by myself, right? No begging to plead. That's when you really do it, right? What do you think my mentality was? For a dude not to approach me and you come to get me, and I jump out my car.
Hey, it sound good. It sound good, guys. It just sound real good right now.
Talking. What kind of conversation you think I'm having to make a dude say don't nobody move?
I agree with you.
Now,
Keep listening. Keep listening.
Now I'm about to expose something nobody ever knew. So here it goes, right? I'm here. All of this is a parking lot, right? I'm here. They walk down. They walk right past my car. They didn't see me. When I seen them get here, I jumped out. Y'all looking for me? Right? They stopped. They back was to me. Y'all, I had everything I had. I could have dipped with everything in front of me. Now, what they didn't know is I'm talking to my team. Big Unim is here. Now, watch this. Look, watch this. Big Unim is here. I'm here out the car. Third, who was here, and here?
Taking notes.
Hold on. Third, who in that parking lot, when I'm confronting these 20 Crips, was 20 to 30 feet in every direction and they didn't know it?
Who was it? Who was it? Who was at that?
Luxury matchmaking. The negative
You're
effects.
talking about luxury matchmaking. Ain't nobody trying to matchmake with these hoes, bro. Like, bro, these hoes ain't.
My homies was behind them.
I got me one down.
That's new information.
Listen.
That's new information, man.
So listen, check this out. So when I'm letting you know, there's no need to beg nothing. What did I tell that fool? My home, they still don't know to this day that all my homies was positioned 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock. They didn't even see them. I'm talking to my homies in code, letting them know which way I'm gonna push them. I said, it ain't number 20 of y'all. I'm gonna down 3 of y'all. I just told him I'm gonna get off in 3s. Right? At that point, he knows if he's getting off in 3s, when he go to 2s, he's running out of it. These dudes right now, to this day, had no idea that they was ambushed. So why you see, he said I was by myself, right? I wasn't by myself. All you gotta do is pay attention to the 3 people who got off the stage with Kanye. Now let's do the math, dummies. The 3 dudes in red, does he look familiar? So where did they disappear to? When we walked Kanye to feed, because that's where his car was at? Right, let's clear that up.
Kanye said, whack, my car's on feed. I said, well, we gotta walk around. He's like, why we just can't go right? I guess we gotta go to the crowd. He said, yo, people, well, I don't care. So we walked Kanye through the crowd, took him to feed, went down the escalator, got in the car. I pulled out first. I always pull out first. My people is here, here, and here. As you see, he said what? He was by himself. The bozo don't know till this day that he was already ambushed. So once I'm going, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do this. You know what happens when you start to run from that and you start getting that blowing at you another way? What happens?
I like that.
So now the world knows bozo. Think about it. Where did the 4 dudes go that got off the stage with him and Ye? Where did they go? They were in the parking lot with me. But you tried to play it.
But if you were the threat, then why didn't anything happen?
What do you mean?
You gotta add to ambushing.
You gotta add to 20 people. They came to get me, right? Listen, I'm gonna be real. They marked themselves out.
Somebody said whack the Fed.
Going to get one.
Hey, that's what DJ Academic said when he walked on the this little podcast right here. He said this the Fed Avengers. Like they got DJ Academics, Whack, Adam 22, they got Trap Morals. I'm not saying Trap Morals, but well, he in there though. And DJ Vlad. You know they say Vlad the Fed.
And they jumped out like that, you would have had to use that. I told Big U, this is what I told him.
You gave him a pass?
No, I told Big U, yo move.
Did you call him by his government name?
I said, yo move. You going first. Let's get to it. He said, cuz don't move, cuz it killed me. It's exact words. I'm telling my team in Cole.
Charleston White done been my cameraman before. Like I ain't no, like he wasn't my cameraman all the time or nothing, but I met him and I you know, basically had him holding the camera for me, shit like that. This before he blew up though. We was up here in Atlanta and shit. But yeah, that's some years ago though.
Talking to him, I said, you ain't hold the cards. They listened to me tell them to do what? Hold. Because I see them moving in. I don't want you that close. Because I'm going to make them scatter. I got some shit that's going to make...
It's on my shorts though, if y'all want to see it. I can check it out. It's on my shorts.
Freedom ring. That's a fact.
Niggas, I got some shit that gonna make freedom ring.
Stop in their track. A 38, is that... I don't want you that close. Because I'm going to make them scatter. I got some shit that's going to make freedom ring. That's a fact. Stop in the track. A 38, is that do it?
Not a 38. Nah, you ain't got no 38. But you got a 38. Well, you gonna have to sit down somewhere, bro. Like, you got a 38, man. Like,
come on now, dog.
Like,
come on, man.
You gotta have you some shit out here, boy.
Right? Let's just be real.
You gotta have a showstopper.
Let's just be real.
It's just says blow.
No, I'm asking you. What make 20 dudes stop in their tracks? And you know they had some shit. It takes something. Listen, it's a fat, ugly broad walk through here. We wouldn't keep talking. If a bad bitch walk through here, we gonna stop and look, right? So it gotta be a showstopper, right? So now I just exposed to you that the bozo said what? He was by himself. I never was by myself.
But this him on a wiretap bragging to somebody else, possibly.
But you said it like it was real.
This originally and said begging. I never said begging.
But you said it like it was real.
I was just reading what you said.
That's the part he's mad about, the begging. I never.
No, but I'm saying though, the part I'm mad about is you act like we cool. You didn't send it to me and say, whack, what's up with this? You did the bitch ass shit you do, but they just can't catch you.
Now that we've all sat through Porky's little fairy tale, his big, tough battle cry story, let's rewind. Let's go back to the first version of the story he told on Clubhouse, before he had time to sit around and concoct this dramatic military operation nonsense.
Jump out. What's that? My wife and kids, you know my wife and kids. Any plan. My wife and kids, what's wrong with you? You know my wife and kids. Then he playing.
And just like that, Porky has exposed himself. You heard it with your own ears. He said it plain as day. Draws, you know my wife and kids are right here. Draws, my wife and kids. That's his own words. He just admitted that when he hopped out of that car, he was screaming for his life, begging him.
I'm saying, when he keeps saying he's screaming for his life. He keeps saying he's screaming for his life.
About his wife and kids. Exactly like Big U said happened. No spin, no military strategy, no action movie moment.
Hey, that right there is classic, bro.
Just fear. So once again, Porky, aka CS2 Badges, has stumbled over his own tongue again. Caught up in his own lies like he always is.
I know that love, that shit done ever run on my shit.
I look, nigga, dead his eyes. Oh, what's the name? It was a bunch of them. It was like 20 of them. So, you know, once they get through the thing, now I got to pay to get through the thing. But you know, it's 20 of them. You got access, rushing to do whatever you're going to do. If that's what you want to try. And then I go to Instagram and talk about they packed me out. Come on. Niggas went to a show to start some shit, but they didn't do shit. That's crazy. Where will it lay to? No, they went there to look like.
I'm talking about, man, this is, bro, this one of the funniest episodes of this shit I ever seen.
He really wanted to do that. All the antics in the post. I'm like, come on, bro.
And also, we about to do an update on Chud right quick. We got your boy Poetic Flacco. Like we rocking, we sliding back and forth with this thing. But yeah, we about to rock back with Poetic right now. That's what we reacting to, Poetic Flacco. Y'all go check his channel out. And shit, let's go. Let's get it. Let's see what's going on.
Who are you?
The Chud update.
I am Baby Jane. I'm a tattooer in Nashville.
Oh my God, this man got an Autobot on now. This man got an Autobot on now, right?
Now, Baby Jane broke the internet, man. You said.
Nah, I don't even want to watch that. I'm good on that right now. We'll watch something else, but that's kind of some weird activity. But yeah, we about to we about to go to Willie D Live, man. Hold on. I think it's somebody else. Hold on.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? One of the biggest trending cases out right now is that of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, who was found dead 2 days after celebrating Independence Day with his white friends. And I specify white friends because race did play a factor in his death. That's right, I said I ain't got no reservations whatsoever about saying it. I'm gonna call a strike and a ball. Yeah, I've seen enough evidence. I've seen enough circumstances to draw an intelligent conclusion about this whole case. So Nolan's parents have spoken out, other family members have spoken out, his lawyer has spoken out, his so-called friends have spoken out, and his real friends have spoken out. Now, his football coach from high school is speaking out. He spent a lot of time with him, so he knows a little bit about it. Let's check it out. This was on TMZ today. His name is Lampley. His last name is Lampley. Tracy Lampley is his name. Check it out.
Into the quarters, you cashing out, or you riding for the semis?
I might cash out. Guys, we're looking at some of those interesting.
Check it out.
See,
what his parents think happened here. Do they believe this was just an unfortunate accident, tragedy, or that it's something more sinister?
I was in Ocean Springs when it happened, and I was still in disbelief when I got the news that Nola was missing. So when I got all the details surrounding the case, that they told me he was out at Horn Island, and he came up missing or whatnot. I talked with his dad, and we just had conversation. That was kind of after the fact when they had found his body, because I was just giving the family their respect that they deserved. And when everything first took place, but I was sharing all the details that the family was sharing, just putting the word out there, and just so everybody could be on notice and everybody be paying attention.
Well, when you say you talked to the dad, did he kind of accept this as an accident and tragedy, or was he more suspicious?
Well, no, he was more so just searching for answers right now, because it had just happened, and there was a lot of questions still unanswered.
Usually high school football stars have a pretty close relationship with their coaches. What can you tell us about just Nolan as a human being?
Nolan was a great young man, with a big personality. Everybody gravitated to Nolan because of his smile. He just wanted everybody to be happy, and he was a joy to coach, a joy to be around. To sum Nolan up, long story short, Nolan is a guy that I would let date my daughter.
I mean, there were rumblings that he may have gotten into an argument.
That nigga said Nolan is a dude I would let date my daughter. That says a lot as a man. So that means he was a good dude, like for real. I mean, he had to be.
That there might have been a confrontation or something like that. I mean, was he a guy who would stand up, where, his hackles would go up, or was he more of a get-along type guy?
He's more of a get-along type guy. Don't get me wrong now, if something happened, he'll defend himself, but I knew right then in that video that wasn't Nolan.
One of the theories is that that he was drinking and that there was a riptide that day and that maybe he got caught in a bad current out there. Knowing him as an athlete, and we've heard that he did know how to swim, would that surprise you if he ended up in that situation?
I mean, it would surprise me, that happened, but like I said, man, I'm just going to the family, give out details of what they done gathered.
Yeah, was there racial tension at the school?
No, I don't think it was no racial intention at the school, from my experience. Because you have, predominant white school, you have black kids there, and they all, played and grew up together and got along. Now, some stuff might have happened that I didn't see. So, I can't speak wholeheartedly on it, but from what I did see, it was a tight-knit community, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you something, family. Sometimes when, it's not sometimes, oftentimes, when a white person strokes your check, you're compromised when it comes to race relations, because you can only say so much. He already said that he works in a predominantly white neighborhood, and he works at a predominantly white school. That means that a white person likely cuts his check. At the very least, he has to work around a lot of white people, a lot of white teachers, right? And even coaches. He don't want to cause no waves by, I don't know, being honest. Because it ain't no way that there's not racial tensions at that school.
There gotta be some kind of racial tension. If it's like this.
Every single school that is predominantly white has race issues if they have other people that go to that school. It's unavoidable, because there's always those who go to the school think that, this would be somebody good to bully and kick around. This would be a good punching bag. Me, kind of like get my superiority on, I don't believe him for one bit. And this is not just speculation. This is backed up by many people who have said that Ocean Springs High School, the school that Nolan attended before he went on to college had race issues. Yeah. They also had a situation where a kid was violated by a school bus driver. And then they had some other actual allegations where youngsters were abused by a teacher. But they also have racial tensions at that school. So Tracy's trying to downplay it, trying to act like it ain't that big of a deal. But I think that's dangerous. I got it, you want to keep the peace. I got it, you got your coworkers and all of that stuff out there. But I think it's very dangerous when you try to put a muzzle on the truth. You can get these kids killed out here. You got to let them know what's really going on. There may be an unsuspecting parent out there who's thinking about sending their kid to the school. Now they go up in the school thinking, oh, you know, the coach said it was all good. You know, he's never seen anything like that. Everybody pretty much get along and blah, blah, blah. So next thing you know, they bring their kid to the school and their kid is out, I don't know, maybe boating and disappears. It happens. We know it happens.
That's crazy. It happened, and that's the craziest part. This happened. Like, this actually happened. We could do a movie on this shit, bro. Like, this shit is really like blockbuster movie. Young black boy goes out with young white kids and don't come back. Like, that movie would be crazy. The David D4VD, that movie crazy, bro. Like, bro, you could write about this shit, bro.
Him saying that Nolan probably, you know, if something happened to him, it's more likely it was not racial, because that's what he was suggesting. And if something happened to him, he don't think that race had anything to do with it. That is what he's essentially saying. He also said that Nolan was not in that video where you saw the kids yelling and it looked like a fight might be brewing, right? So he's saying that that wasn't Nolan. What I want to know is, how does he know that?
How you
when
know
the parents don't even know that? How
parents
can
don't know
he
that, so how you know
that for certain?
I mean, but if, okay, so like we'll just say you park next to a boat. And this is just, you know, just playing into whatever going on. You park next to a boat. You see the boats that surrounding you, shit like that. You might know where that scene was at, and then you be like, well, I was right there. I ain't see that shit. Or you could just be lying.
Parents don't even know. And one birthed him, one planted the seed.
Look at this. Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
And they raised him. So if they don't know, how do you know? I pretty much think the coach is compromised. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, and y'all think that's negative. But why do we have to try to be so, I don't know, why do we have to speak about these issues with kids clubs? This is one of the reasons why so many of our kids get hurt, because we're so overprotective, you know, that we won't even give them the information to protect themselves. We keep forgetting that we can't be with them all the time. So that means that you have to give your kids the information so that they can protect themselves when you're not around. Now, I get it if you give them the information and they don't use it, but at least give them the information. You can't be that damn afraid. And if you are a parent to these kids, that is your number one job on this planet, is to protect your child. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's true.
So you gotta give them
them facts. I'm a father. I got 2 daughters. Protect my child on that. Like, If I gotta fight a grizzly bear, hey, I'm gonna protect my child at all costs.
I'm not feeling the coach at all. I'm not feeling the coach at all. I think that he was, he was beating around the bush. He was, he was playing
Possum.
He was playing double dutch with the facts. Yeah, and I don't even see why they interviewed him because he really didn't give any information. He really didn't tell us anything that we hadn't already heard. What's the whole point of interviewing him if he's not going to be forthcoming with the truth? I think the dude was laid back. He was way too laid back. He was way too reserved. If he knew.
That's a good way to look at what was going on.
I doubt he would even say anything public. Because there are people out there that's like that. They can be sitting on some information. They won't say anything because, hey, he got to go back in those hallways. He got to walk through those corridors on tomorrow and deal with these people who are going to be looking upside his head. Yeah, we saw you on TMZ. We heard what you said about race relations over here. We didn't like that. Next thing you know, he's going to have problems. But this buys him some more time. He's going to have problems anyway. A black coach at a predominantly white school, he's going to always have some issues. But if he was to speak out affirmatively about some type of conflict that the kids are having, some type of racial conflict, oh, he's absolutely going to have some problems. They will target him. And he knows that. So I think that the coach really just was trying to keep his job. But I could be wrong, man. That's why I got y'all, fam. What say you? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
Honesty has always been our policy, but the choir's new.
You have promised.
Hey, we got a David update. We're gonna do a David update. Let's see what we got on
The now accused child murderer David has been under investigation.
Law and crime. Hold on. Yeah, law and crime. That's what we're going into. That's where we're at.
Months by authorities. Well, we just learned some key details about the secret grand jury proceedings that we're hearing evidence in this case, and the defense is about to get a hold of some very important information. I am going to explain what all of this means for the man accused of brutally killing a 14-year-old girl. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, we have an update in our David coverage that we need to talk about. We just got a big behind-the-scenes sneak peek at what the prosecutors in this case, the Los Angeles DA's office, has been up to in this case over the past year. And I think it's pretty significant. Now, I'm curious what exactly this is going to mean for David, for his case, if the defense gets a hold of this information. I know I'm being very vague right now. But there's a reason for it. I want to get into it. Let me explain. Let me put it into context. So David, of course, romantic homicide singer, currently charged with first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, and unlawful mutilation of human remains, all in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Prosecutors
He's a dirty dog.
Alleged that he was in a sexual relationship with her, that back on April 23rd, 2025, he allegedly lured her to his rental home in LA, stabbed her to death, allegedly watched her bleed out, and then reportedly took horrifying measures to conceal this alleged crime, all in an effort to keep her quiet about their relationship, to prevent her from coming forward and ruining his lucrative career. The special circumstances allegations in this case that carry heftier penalties, potentially the death penalty, murder of a witness, murder for financial gain, lying in wait. Prosecutors allege that he used a deadly and dangerous weapon, a sharp instrument, and prosecutors allege that he purchased all these things: a blue inflatable pool, chainsaws, a body bag, heavy-duty laundry bags, and that he dismembered her. He dismembered her body he made suspicious trips to the Santa Barbara County area, that he lied to friends and associates about the alleged smell of decomposition at his place. And we know that September 8th, 2025, that was the day after what would have been Celeste's 15th birthday, where her dismembered, decomposed body is found reportedly in the front trunk of a Tesla, allegedly registered to David at an LA tow yard. And at the tow yard, detectives apparently opened the Tesla's front storage compartment, find this black cadaver bag. It's covered in insects, and inside the bag, this is where they discover a severely decomposed head and torso. And then this plastic garbage bag, apparently beneath the black cadaver bag, is what contained the dismembered arms and legs.
This is crazy, bro. Like, this is some weird. This is weirded out type shit, bro. Like, I've never heard of nothing like this. I know a lot of people that look at manga and all this other stuff, but they don't, like, this man took his mind to a place where, like, that shit made him want to actually unalive somebody. Like, you crazy.
Also had the authorities say that Celeste's ring and pinky fingers on her left hand had reportedly been amputated, and neither was found in the Tesla. I say all this now to get to the development, the update. We know there is a preliminary hearing set for July 21st in this case. This is the opportunity for the prosecution to present what they hope is enough evidence for this case to move forward toward trial. It's a low standard. It's a probable cause standard. Kind of see the same thing playing out in the Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk case, right? Is there sufficient evidence? Is there probable cause to support the charges for this case to move forward? Now, one of the other reasons this is a big deal is that the prosecutors in LA didn't have to do this. They could have gone the route of a grand jury instead of a preliminary hearing. In other words, they could have had a grand jury indict or formally charge David of the crimes that he's now facing. And remember, a grand jury proceeding is a secret proceeding, usually no input from the defense. Preliminary hearing is different, right? It's public. The defense can present witnesses. They can cross-examine the prosecution's witnesses. They can make arguments. The defense is getting an opportunity to see the prosecution's strategy here. And it's still a question of why prosecutors didn't get a grand jury indictment in this case. Does it mean that there wasn't a grand jury? No, there were grand juries. In fact, there were reportedly multiple grand juries hearing evidence in this case. And perhaps they were investigative grand juries, right? Not impounded per se to get an indictment, but to present evidence, to subpoena witnesses, to get documents, to lock in testimony from witnesses, and help the prosecutors lay out their case. Not necessarily to indict, not necessarily to formally charge. Strategy there. Well, guess what? I go to my update. We just found out that there was grand jury testimony on 7 different occasions. According to TMZ, a judge has agreed to unseal transcripts of grand jury testimony. Now, we're going to talk about what this can mean a little later, but we have the dates, what they're looking at now. November 17th to the 21st, 2025, December 4th to the 5th, 2025, December 8th to the 10th, 2025, February 4th to the 6th, 2026, February 9th to the 11th, 2026, February 20th, 2026, and February 23rd, 2026. So this is really the first time that we got a sense of how many times, at least, grand juries met, for how long, on which days. Now, I want to put those dates into the timeline here, because you look at those dates, and I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, right? So we know that September 8th is when Celeste's body was reportedly found in the Tesla, okay? But now you're looking at those November grand jury dates. November 2025, that was when it was reported that David was no longer cooperating with the investigation. We know November 21st.
Let's talk about the importance of relaxation and why it's not just being lazy, but you're actually doing
21st, 2025 is when the court orders that the LAPD medical examiner's report and information on Celeste's death be sealed, that a security hold is placed to prevent any information from reaching the media. Interesting. We're going to talk about that. Look, before we jump back into this, running a business is tough enough. Why make it harder doing things manually or relying on dozens of apps that don't really talk to each other, right? Well, that's where our sponsor, Odoo, comes in. Odoo is an all-in-one business management platform with a full suite of apps that seamlessly connect all your accounting to manufacturing, even shipping. Odoo can automatically generate these professional, sleek-looking sales orders, invoices, and vendor bills, and it can automatically assign sales teams and send email updates through each sales stage, and even use AI to pull reports that help with your decision making. For manufacturing, their apps can sync inventory with real-time production and purchase updates so you don't run out of stock. And when it comes time for accounting, that's also fully automated. Odoo can create invoices, track expenses, and even summarize data with AI to save you hundreds of hours. You know what the best part is? You can choose your apps and even build custom workflows so it's all fully tailored to your business's needs. Look, take your business to the next level by consulting with an Odoo expert today for free at odoo.com/sidebar. Those December grand jury dates, what do we know? Well, first of all, I remember that's when we first started hearing rumblings about a grand jury, by the way. But more specifically, December 9th, 2025, that is when Celeste's medical examination was reportedly completed, but it wouldn't be publicly released until after David's arrest. But that date's key. And by the way, just going to that report, you read verbatim from the summary portion. It says in part, quote, autopsy examination was limited by extensive postmortem changes. There are 2 penetrating wounds of the torso with smooth edges that may represent sharp.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Force injuries. The wound on the upper abdomen penetrates the liver, and the wound on the left chest penetrates one of the left intercostal spaces with disruption of the adjacent ribs' cortical surfaces. The left lung appears intact. The bilateral upper and lower extremities show full thickness dismemberment. Multiple other skin and soft tissue defects are present without apparent associated internal injuries. The etiology of these defects is not clearly apparent due to severe postmortem changes. Postmortem toxicology performed on liver tissue shows the presence of a low level of ethanol, which may be due to postmortem changes or ingestion and does not appear to be contributory to the cause of death. Given the history and circumstances as currently known by me, setting of the findings by examination, ancillary studies, and in the absence of other definitive causes of death. The cause of death is multiple penetrating injuries. The manner of death is classified as homicide. Let's talk about the February dates, okay? So January 22nd, 2026, we know David's purported friend Neil Langston was arrested in Montana, allegedly at his mom's house, reportedly for failing to appear as a witness. It was reported that the local PD assisted the LAPD in this. February 4th, 2026, that's one of the key dates, right? TMZ reports that Langston appears in a Los Angeles courtroom, reportedly to testify before a grand jury, but only for 30 to 40 minutes. Raised a lot of questions that if that's true, what did he testify to? Was he granted immunity? Did he plead the fifth against self-incrimination? We know February 2026 also is a key month because that's when David's father, mother, brother had challenged subpoenas requiring them to travel to LA and testify, but a Texas court denied their petition. And notably, at a court hearing, Bennett Dodson, assistant DA from Waller County, told the court, "Don't think it's a secret to anyone at this point that Mr. David Burke is a musician who is quite famous, and this matter concerns a car that was registered to him at these witnesses' address here in Houston that had a dismembered, decomposing body in it. I would say if a car with a dismembered, decomposing body is registered to your home address, that is something you should expect to be questioned by the authorities about, and that's what this is, Judge." And we learn from these filings that there is in fact a murder investigation into Celeste's death and that David is the target. So now we have a better sense of the significance of these grand jury dates. The reason I even found out about this, before we even talked about what TMZ was reporting, Steve Fisher, the private investigator hired by the owner of the Hollywood Hills property where David was reportedly staying, near where the Tesla was found, he'd been looking into this case for months. I saw his post on X. This is what alerted me to it. He posted on X, quote, "A motion filed in the David case reveals that the investigative grand jury met on 17 separate days. We are now only 10 days away from the preliminary hearing, and I look forward to hearing the witness testimony. We are also 10 days away from David understanding he will never experience freedom again for as long as he lives. At the status conference, the prosecutor said the preliminary hearing is expected to no more than 3 days. That means the prosecution will likely call only the witnesses and present only..."
They say he'll never be free for the rest of his life. That's That's
the evidence
crazy.
needed to establish
You can't be
probable
free for the
cause,
rest
perhaps
of
with
your
a little
life.
extra to show David Burke the strength of the case against him. I am particularly interested in whether anyone from David's management team or Neil will testify. I have no information indicating whether they will.
Bruh, I know you heard out here. You gotta be heard.
Be called preliminary hearing or held for a possible trial. My personal opinion is that this case will not ultimately go to trial. I believe he will accept the plea shortly before the scheduled trial date, preventing many of the most gruesome details from ever being disclosed publicly. Hashtag Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Okay, so I have a lot of questions with this, and luckily I'm not just going to be talking to myself in the ether for the next 30 minutes. No, I want to bring on John Day, criminal defense attorney, to talk about this. John, so good to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
See, that's what I need. I need this type of setup. I need to be able to, we can talk about a certain type of case and go side by side, shit like that. I need to get
First of all, are you surprised by how many times the grand jury met? I mean, is it common for them or several grand juries to meet for that many times over the course of several months? And I'm still not 100% if it was one grand jury or several grand juries, but when you see that amount of dates and that amount of times, is that surprising?
So not surprising if you accept the idea that this is an investigative grand jury, that they are calling in witnesses that the prosecution wants to lock in their testimony. Maybe these are reluctant witnesses, maybe they've got to go outside the state to get them, but they're building the case for the prosecution, and they're doing it sort of step by step. They're not taking it right to a preliminary hearing. That's coming later. And they could have indicted with one grand jury, but what they're doing is using the grand jury as an investigative tool. So in that context, it's not surprising to have multiple sessions, multiple meetings. You've probably got multiple witnesses coming in, dealing with the forensics, the medical examiner, all that kind of stuff. So not surprised.
Yeah, this shit, I'm telling you, but this shit right here about to be like a movie, bro. Like this shit about like be like a real movie. That David case, bro, that's just a movie, man. We ain't even discovered all the shit that happened, like everything that's like.
In the context of building the investigative case.
Welcome to VerseWise. This isn't just another Bible app. It's an immersive journey into God's Word, where every verse becomes.
To be clear, you, me, the public, the media, we will never see those grand jury transcripts, right? Or
yeah, we won't see them unless for some reason something's attached to a pleading that's filed in the court, or sections come up. But what the prosecution has is a prior statement under oath by these witnesses. Of course, that cuts both ways for the defense too, because you've got potential impeachment material. But the prosecutors have decided they've got to use the grand jury to do their investigative work for them, lock in these statements, lock in these witnesses.
Why is this beneficial to the defense? Now that the defense is going to get these grand jury transcripts from all of these days, and again, I say at least, I don't know if there was other days of grand jury testimony. We'll talk about the specific dates, I mentioned it before. But now that they're going to potentially get the transcripts from these specific dates, why does the defense
two bites of the apple?
What are
So
they
you've
going
got
to do with them?
statements under oath in a grand jury by witnesses for the prosecution, and the defense is going to attract them. If they testify, if these witnesses testify differently at a preliminary hearing, at a trial, the defense has prior statements that they can use to challenge them, to impeach them. So for the defense, it's certainly helpful, because if the witnesses deviate even slightly from what they've said, defense is going to pounce on it. So while there is a benefit to the prosecution, the defense is going to get all the witness transcripts. The defense is going to get to pour over them. And by the way, the defense is also getting to see the prosecution's strategy, their theories early on. So there is a benefit for the defense, rather than going, say, right into a prelim or just going right to the grand jury. The defense is watching the prosecutors build their case, and they're going to be able to use those building blocks if and when any of the witnesses differ or stray from the line.
You said if and when, meaning there's probably going to be more people that testified in a grand jury than are going to testify at the preliminary hearing, right? I mean, do you imagine, I mentioned what Steve Fisher said before, but do you imagine that the prosecution is going to be rather limited in who they...
Bro, it's an actual video of David, D4VD, paying a youngin some money to do whatever you want him to do, keep quiet
Present in
about
the
this
preliminary
case.
hearing, and let's say there was, I don't know,
Like
15
facts.
witnesses that testified in grand jury, you might have 5 that testified in preliminary. So like in a way, yeah, the defense is getting ready. Maybe they're getting ready to challenge these witnesses at a preliminary hearing, but there might not be everybody testifying at this prelim.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, because the prosecution doesn't have to put on its whole case. This is the probable cause standard. It's low. They've just got to get over that little bar of probable cause. You want to put on all your witnesses, but you've got to do just enough so that the judge who's presiding, sitting on the bench, can say, okay, you've established probable cause. And it also telegraphs a lot, not only to the defense, but also the public. Remember, the prosecutors have to answer to the public, which is looking for answers in this case. And so prosecutors want to show, look, this is what we've done, this is what we've got. They don't have to put on everybody, but they just have to put on enough in a bare bones case that a judge will find probable cause.
Is there a chance defense looks at these grand jury transcripts and makes an argument that I've seen happen in other cases before and says, you know what? You misrepresented facts to the grand jury, prosecutors. You know what? You left out exculpatory information, exculpatory evidence tending to negate the defendant's guilt. And because of that, because of your shenanigans in the grand jury, these charges should be thrown out. Although, no, right? Because there wasn't a grand jury indictment. So I don't know. You tell me, is there anything they can use that to try to get this whole case thrown out?
Well, no, you're right. There wasn't an indictment. There hasn't been a grand jury indictment. Normally, if there was some procedural misconduct or somehow the testimony was tainted, you'd use that to try to challenge the grand jury indictment. No such indictment here, but they do get these statements under oath, which theoretically could be a gold mine for impeachment, for cross-examination down the road. So not a bad thing if you're the defense on this case, but the prosecution wants to lock in witnesses, especially if they are, if they're squirrely, if there's some question about their testimony. They want to lock them in. They want to know what the stories are ahead of time, but it's not going to get thrown out on a challenge to the indictment because, as you say, there's not an indictment yet.
And just to be clear also, like, is there a possibility
of what? Let's see what he say.
They could get information that they asked the grand jury to return the indictment and the grand jury said no? I mean, would that come up in any of this material that they're getting from the grand jury?
Yeah, I mean, that does happen where grand juries decline to indict, they decline to issue a true bill. It's a blow to the prosecutors because, the expression is prosecutor can get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. And we've all sort of understood that if you watch the world of criminal law. But in this particular case, they're not going to let that happen. If for some reason they try to get an indictment and the jury kicks it back, I just don't see that happening. This is really the investigative grand jury, even if they've had to bring in 2 or 3 different panels because.
Hey, I hit the like button, man. Hey, somebody hit the like button. I'm trying to get it to go to 11. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
The timing of when these sessions expire, when the juror's time is up. But at the end of the day, they're trying to build the case. There is a benefit to the defense, but the prosecution now knows they're going into this prelim. Remember, the prelim's a mini trial. The judge is presiding. There's cross-examination of the state's witnesses, of the prosecution's witnesses by the defense. So, a lot's going to come out. And, and especially in a high-profile trial, a prelim like this certainly benefits the DA's office, and I think they would say it benefits the public because you get to see transparently what's going on in the case. There's no secret indictment.
So I want to get a little more specific about these dates, and I talked about it before, but I want your opinion, your expertise on it. First things first, though. I talked about the November date for the grand jury. It is possible, right? It is possible there was a grand jury or grand jury testimony or grand jury proceeding before those specific November, just because they're asking for the transcript from these specific dates. I mean, theoretically, it could be possible there's something that happened before that, maybe in October, maybe even, is it possible?
Market is selling dollars for 81 cents right now. We obviously have the World Cup coming up, and the top 6 teams account for 81% of the total market. So if you buy equal shares of all of the top 6 teams, assuming one of those top 16 wins, which the odds are there, you will get a 20% return on your money. If you guys want to tell me on this, you guys can.
Oh yeah, it's possible. I mean, and we will eventually, one way or the other, I think, find out the actual timeline, the actual chronology. But remember what's happening if you're the prosecutor. You are locking in all sorts of testimony, the investigative stuff, the forensic stuff, certainly interesting that the timing with the medical examiner report coming,
Yeah, this like he cooked like yeah, he cooked.
Let's talk about that. So November is interesting, right? I mentioned this before. Interesting time frame. Again, that's when we believe David reportedly was no longer cooperating. And there is a security hold on the ME's office. All that's happening, and you got the November grand jury dates. Where does your mind go?
right, well, the lack of cooperation, that's, it's not unexpected that his counsel are like, shut up. But also the fact that you've got forensic stuff coming in, that really takes some time. So you've got reports from the MA, you've got other investigative, forensic, physical evidence reports. Who knows what's going on with witnesses that they're having to bring in elsewhere who might not be cooperating. But also the lockdown on the information, what does that tell us? They don't want anyone to know the fact that only the killer would have known. So they've got to lock that down. They want to make sure that there's nothing publicly released that potentially.
Yeah, they do that. They keep certain parts of what happened out of the media because they don't want it like to mess up the investigation. If somebody do come through and be like, oh, okay, well this and this happened, and they know for sure that this is what happened at the scene, that's why they don't put the information out there. Like,
well, the defense attorney would say, okay, this is something that only the killer knows, but we've got to make sure that we can defend against it. Prosecutors want to make sure that nothing gets out forensically that somehow leaks into the air and that a potential defense team gets hold of.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, so December, right? Those December dates that we talked about the grand jury, I mentioned this before, the medical exam is finished, right? And I wonder now, how was that potentially presented to the grand jury? Did the ME testify? I mean, is that something we should be thinking about?
Yeah, and it looks like they were kind of coincidentally happening. It looks like they probably hadn't even finished everything until, maybe early December, but they're getting ready to present it. But yeah, they're going to have
a lot of shit that's going on with y'all motherfuckers. I'm about to be like, what the fuck going on out here?
Medical examiner personnel testifying. And again, that's one thing to anticipate at the preliminary hearing is what that medical examiner testimony is going to look like, because that's going to be key to the future of this case. But this is what's been building up into the grand jury presentation. They probably were contemporaneously getting that information together. And so that
poor little baby, she was a young baby, you know what I'm saying? My oldest child older than her. So that's kind of like, that shit hit home, bro. Like, somebody could, that's why you gotta keep your kids close to your heart, bro, close to you.
in December, and now, here in July, we're gonna have the result, the public airing of what the medical examiner's investigation shows. It's gonna be key.
February, I think, is the most interesting month, if you ask me, because as I said, Neil Langston gets arrested. He's purportedly brought back to LA, seemingly at the courthouse, right? They believe he testified at the grand jury for about 30 to 40 minutes. At the same time, we know that David's family is reportedly being subpoenaed.
30, 40 minutes. Like, what was you telling them?
To come testify. I think February is probably the most telling of all months. Am I wrong on that?
February next year, or I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't know how, or this is. Oh yeah, so we talking about February next year.
It seems likely this Leo testified, right? It seems likely. I would have to imagine that.
And yeah, word up to everybody. I'm in Atlanta right now. We about to host the Super Bowl 2028 in Atlanta again. Let's go.
His family testified too. I mean, isn't that what's going on?
And that is why February is certainly key. And it's interesting because of the bringing the guy back from Montana. I think one of three things could happen. One, he takes the fifth, right? He invokes his Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate himself. 2, he lays some kind of foundational testimony, but for whatever reason, they don't go beyond 30 or 40 minutes. And then 3, the third possibility, I think, is that there's some kind of immunity deal that gets launched right about then. And for whatever reason, his testimony is limited, but the prosecutors have worked some kind of a deal with him and his lawyers to get testimony, and that he gets basically gets to walk on any potential accessory charges or after the fact charges or anything like that. So I think it's one of those 3 things. Who knows? 30 to 40 minutes is not a lot of time, not a lot of information to get out, but it's very likely it's one of those, could have been taking the Fifth Amendment, or invoking his Fifth Amendment right.
To be clear, right, investigators, prosecutors, they haven't indicated that anyone other than David is responsible for these alleged crimes. It does make you wonder, did Neil Langston see something, hear something, know about something? Is that what's going on? I mean, I really don't know. And I also have to say about the family, my 2 cents on the family is, I wonder if they're being called to make that connection between the Tesla, right, where Celeste's body was reportedly found, and linking it to it being registered to David out in Texas, right? Again, I don't know, but unless they allegedly know something.
Nah, it wasn't the family. It was the people who found the car and everything that was, associated with it. Like,
about Celeste, I don't know, maybe about their relationship too, their purported relationship, because that's a key factor in this case too. What do you think the family's role is in this?
I think it's foundational stuff. I think you're right. It's what do they know about the relationship? What are the interconnections there? Because remember, the defense seems to be focusing now entirely on causation. I mean, this is going to be, the prosecution has to prove he did it. It's not just some after the fact disposing of a body, the inappropriate disposing of a body, something like that. Everything seems to be pointing to causation. So the family is called to testify to try to fill in some of the gaps with the relationship, any kind of information that they got ahead of time, before the murder, after the murder. But when all the
This gonna be a crazy case right here, bro. This right here, like I said, you can make a blockbuster movie out of this shit.
these arrows point to the defense saying, look, you got to prove causation, and you still haven't done it yet, right? It's a horrifying set of facts coming out of the medical examiner. But the family, any other witness like that, is establishing or filling the holes, filling the gaps that the prosecution has to try to build these blocks.
Yeah, I personally believe the defense, because they said this too, right? But I think they're really going to challenge cause of death. I think they're really going to challenge the circumstances of what happened at that property time frame. That's where I think they may go, but we'll see. John, before I let you go, I'd be remiss if I just didn't ask your opinion on this other big update in this case. I don't think I've spoken to an attorney about it, but I think it's interesting. So it reported last week, NBC News reported that more than a dozen employees of the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office are under investigation for allegedly accessing law enforcement investigation files without proper authorization. And there is a belief that this is specifically about Celeste, about her death. And we know that there was an unfortunate aspect about this where there was the premature release of details about her death before the autopsy report was even published. And NBC had reported that it may have been the Celeste case that prompted this probe by the Human Resources Department. You tell me your thoughts on this and how it could potentially affect the David case.
Right, it's a PR problem for the prosecution. It's an HR problem for the medical examiner. It's not an evidentiary problem. I mean, it's not going to have an effect. Of course, the defense may want to use this to argue change the venue. Big profile cases in LA do not get changed on venue challenges. They've got to deal with it. It's unfortunate for the medical examiner. It's unfortunate for the prosecution, but it doesn't have any direct effect on the evidence.
Let me challenge you. Couldn't they say, I mean, the defense, I don't know if they would say this, but wow, what a sloppy office you're running over there. My gosh, if they're releasing premature details, how can we be 100% sure you guys know what you're talking about with respect to the autopsy?
Hey, hit the like button.
But I think at the end of the day, does it actually affect the chain of custody? Does it actually affect the findings? If they want to raise questions,
hit the like
sure,
button.
I mean, that's
if
what
you
you got
ain't
to
hit
try
it
for the
before.
defense team. But in the big picture, I think it's more of it's a PR problem that the prosecution has to manage. at the end of the day, is it going to have a direct effect? Of course, it's certainly a possibility. I just think it's unlikely.
John, have I mentioned how much I enjoy having you on here on Sidebar? If I haven't, I'm saying it to you again. I really, really appreciate your expertise on this because it is a little bit of a complicated situation we're dealing here, and I wanted to put it into perspective because people just look at it and say, "Oh, grand jury dates." What? There's really important things going on.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
And teaching our audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's always good to see you.
And that's all.
I can't really see what it's an end. I can't see it that good, bro. My vision. Yeah, but I'm half blind out here, bro. Half blind, man. Hey, I was going back to O'Shea Dude Jackson.
This is how I make this hoodie with a print and a tag in under 30 seconds. Just pick a blank, drop your design, and place it exactly where you want it. Then add your custom tag. Super underrated step, by the way. Now you can sit back, relax, and wait for your hoodie to arrive. Order now and get...
In December 4th, 2025, a TikToker by the name of Ruby Red For Real was making a series of videos talking about Meg Thee Stallion. And those videos were pretty much predicting the downfall of her and her current relationship at that time with Klay Thompson. Now, once she made some of these videos, Meg Thee Stallion fans started coming after her, so she did what any content creator would do. She made another one. That one was called Megan Thee Stallion is the patron saint of women who lack accountability.
Megan Thee Stallion is the patron saint for women who lack accountability, okay? They make them feel justified in their bad behavior, and they see themselves in her.
Oh boy, were her fans upset. This lady says,
because Meg has said several times that when she lost her mom, she didn't care anymore.
As if that really matters as to being accountable. Another person said,
well, she is doing good in life.
And I thought that was part of the problem that the content creator was talking about. But again, it's difficult to call somebody unaccountable when they're currently in the biggest relationship they ever had with the wealthiest person they've ever been with, which was Klay Thompson. It's very difficult to tell somebody they're making a mistake when they're actually winning. So in other words, what they're doing right now was good enough for the other person to accept it. Then came June.
Damn.
My birthday month, June. Like, damn. Like, you know,
Meg Thee Stallion went out very sad. And a lot of people predicted this. People such as
Gemini,
academics.
but we about to come through.
But we all know what Meg Thee Stallion did. She blamed Klay Thompson for cheating, for not doing other things, and it went really public. And now we're talking about this again because Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked appeared on The Truth's podcast. And at a point in the podcast, there was definitely a discussion about different standards for Black women.
Sex tape scandal, and I think Ray, from what he said, he just wants an apology. Give it to him.
Right. Do you feel like there's a difference? What I've seen, and a lot of people have mentioned this, like when someone like Kim Kardashian, who publicly has a sex tape, dated, married multiple men, and been around, she doesn't get deemed like you're a hoe, you ran through,
Hey, check this out, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely a notification. I will be back. Peace and one, man. I'm coming back, y'all.